Let's look at every single red card and penalty decision against Arsenal this season and decide if they should be the first team in Premier League history to not get a red card or not concede a penalty throughout an entire Premier League season, which they're one game away from completing. The first potential penalty against them that wasn't given goes back to the first game of the season. We're doing this in chronological order. Saliba seems to swipe Cunha's legs, bringing him to the ground. And I think everyone unanimously agreed it was a penalty at the time, but it wasn't given. Arsenal go on to win the game 1-0. The next incident is a potential red card incident, and it's against Gabriel, which you'll see is a common theme in this video. It happened against Newcastle at St James's Park earlier in the season. As you can see, Voltemade arguing with Gabriel about something. What happened was Voltemade was going to press the ball, Gabriel was there not looking at the ball, and while not looking at the ball, puts an elbow into the face of Voltemade. Checked, cleared, no red card. Later in that same game, a penalty incident, Gabriel again. This time it looked like he handballed it in the box. VAR checked it and it wasn't given. The PGMOL after the game admitted, yes, it was a handball, we got that one wrong. I mean, obviously. A red card and a penalty incident against Gabriel in the same game. Well, he's the one who went on to score the last-minute winner for Arsenal that day. Arsenal won 2-1. The next one's a penalty incident, this time in the Everton-Arsenal game. Barry gets his foot to the ball before Saliba. Saliba, thinking he's kicking the ball, kicks through Barry's foot, quite clearly takes him out, and it's quite clearly a Stonewall penalty. It was checked and cleared. No penalty, and the Premier League came out and said they got it wrong after the game. Another game that Arsenal won by 1 goal. The next one's a red card decision. Marino, who was already on a yellow card, seemed to have forgotten it and tactical fouled Morgan Rogers, dragging him to the ground. Somehow didn't get a second yellow for it. Even Dermot Gallagher agreed that this was a sending off for Marino. And Dermot Gallagher never goes against what the referee does in the match. Arsenal go on to win the game. The next one's a potential penalty incident, this time in the Arsenal-Liverpool game. Wirtz gets into the box, manages to get round Trossard. Trossard steps in, takes him out, and appears to trip him up, and it looks like a penalty. Checked, cleared, not given again. Game finishes 0-0. The next instance is a potential red card incident. Yes, this is all still this season. Timber on Anderson in the Arsenal-Forest game earlier in the season. Timber was already on a yellow card. Appeared to blatantly pull Anderson's shirt, bringing him down, stopping an attack. By definition, a yellow card. Should have been a second yellow. Should have been sent off. Game ends 0-0. The next one's another potential red card, this time in the Arsenal-Brentford game, and it's Gabriel again. Already on a yellow card, Brentford are on the attack with Utara. Utara gets to the ball before Gabriel. Gabriel takes him out. Looks like a Stonewall yellow card challenge. Even Caliafori looked like he knew Gabriel was about to get sent off. Much to the disbelief of the Brentford players, no second yellow, no red card for Gabriel. Game ends 1-1. The next one's another potential red card incident, and it's Gabriel again. 1-1 just before half-time. Ball over the top, Kolo Muani running onto it to try and get through on goal. It's just him and Gabriel left. Gabriel not looking at the ball. Kolo Muani is looking at the ball, so Kolo Muani gets onto the ball. Gabriel not looking at the ball, misjudges the flight of the ball, realises in the wrong position and pulls Muani to the ground despite the ball being there to be won for him, and just jumps on the ground himself. Quite a clear pull. He was the last man. Potentially should have been sent off. He wasn't. Ended up having a huge hand in Arsenal's win. The next was a penalty incident from the Arsenal-Brighton game. Martinelli on Matt Weaver. It seemed as Stonewall as it got. He wasn't looking at the ball at any point before dragging him to the ground. Somehow VAR checked and decided it wasn't a penalty. The PGMOL came out after the game and said, yep, that was a clear penalty for Brighton. We got that one wrong. Arsenal won the game by 1 again. The next one's a potential penalty in Arsenal's game against Chelsea. Declan Rice seems to be fouling his man anyway, and in fouling him, he handballs the ball. No penalty given. The next one's a potential penalty later in that same game. João Pedro seems to be being bear-hugged, stopping him from getting to the ball. No penalty. From that same incident, Pedro manages to break free just to get clattered by David Raya. No penalty. Arsenal win 2-1. The next one's a potential red card against Gabriel again. This time in the Arsenal-Man City game, where he appeared to lean his head into Erling Haaland. A red card by the letter of the law. Checked, cleared, no penalty given. PGMOL apology after the game. The next one's a potential penalty in the Arsenal-West Ham game. Trossard appeared to be fouling Pablo. Checked, cleared, no penalty. Rice appeared to be fouling Mavropanos. Checked, cleared, no penalty. Pablo, who is being fouled himself, seems to foul Raya. Checked, given, goal disallowed. Arsenal win 1-0. And the last one is last night, another red card incident. Havertz against Ugachukwu in the Arsenal-Burnley game. Checked, cleared, no red card. Arsenal win by 1. And yet, despite all that happening this season, Arsenal are going to become the first team in Premier League history to not get a red card and not have a single penalty against them all season long.
Ah, yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back So Gav goes in. Fitz, big up yourself, bro. What you saying? You good?
Same old same, brother. Same old same. What you telling me?
Yeah, man. Listen. I mean, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. You know what I mean? But listen, Arsenal fans. You know, I've been chatting. You know, the whole season, and you know, I did tell you guys. You know, regardless if Arsenal win the league or not, you know, I will still show my face. Fitz will still show his face. But yeah, hopefully you guys have just seen what you've just seen, and maybe you know there should be a bit of caution when it comes to this Premier League title for Arsenal. Listen, Arsenal have just capitalized off what we know has been an absolute joke of a season. Let's face it, yeah. Because to think that they've had no red cards, no penalties conceded, listen, the proof is there, innit? So it is what it is, innit? But yeah, other than that, man, listen, it's not a great day really in terms of predictions, in terms of Arsenal winning the Premier League title. But at the end of the day, man, you know, their fans, they're gonna be shameless, they're not gonna care. And yeah, it is what it is, innit? But yeah, man, what to say? I don't know. But that season that has just gone. Unless the thing is, I'll go one further in this year. If Arsenal don't win this Champions League game against PSG, is it safe to say that this is a bit of a fraud season for them? What do you think?
To be fair, I feel like Arsenal fans, no matter how they've won it, they're not going to see this as any kind of fraud or failure or any of that. It's as long as we get over the line, we'll be there for our process, innit?
Yeah.
But I feel like the fact that they've reached the Champions League final and won the league, despite all this, like it does put that asterisk on the end of the fucking, you know what I mean? It's like what I was saying with the Pep fucking title reigns, like it does kind of, yeah, it puts a dark light on it, you know what I mean? Like it's like I say, if they do win it though,
yeah,
that's even worse for the game. You know what I mean? Like there's no positive to be taken from that final, you know.
Bro, listen, you think I don't know that? Right. I'll be honest with you, man. If Arsenal somehow scumbag this against Champions League, I don't know what to say, man. It might have to be an almighty, you know, silence for a couple of weeks, man. It might have to just be that. Bro, I'm not even joking, man. I don't think you'll see me for a couple of weeks if they somehow scumbag this, because I think football would be confirmed, yeah, at an all-time low. And I'm just hoping, yeah, that you know, you see him upstairs. I just hope he's not going to do anything mad, because I'll tell you this now, man. If they was to somehow win this, yeah, it's gonna be a long summer, man. I'll be honest.
Bro, let's be clear. It's going to be a fucking like a long 5-6 years with this. Arsenal fans aren't gonna let this go. It doesn't matter what happens next season. Like I've already had Arsenal fans try to talk that about fucking how long has it been since you've won a league? Like, bro,
22
half
years,
the
bro.
time that he's took you get me? Like, what you talking about,
Yeah.
right? But it doesn't stop him, you know what I mean? It doesn't stop him, so
Yeah.
it's
But the thing is, for me though, yeah, I think the fact that there's a lot of people that probably be thinking, a lot of people, if they're being serious, yeah, Arsenal fans aside, yeah, I think they'll be thinking that this season is not a total convincement that Arsenal have won this league, yeah. And I think for Arsenal fans, they'll be looking at the fact they've never won a European trophy, yeah. If they still don't get this over the line, then I think the only ones that will care about them winning the Premier League really is going to be Arsenal fans. But I think everyone else would know, yeah. Everyone else would know that this season has massively gone in their favor when it shouldn't have done, really. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's all I'm saying, bro. I think Arsenal fans will be looking at it thinking, yes, we've got a Premier League title, but is anyone really going to take it that seriously after what we've just seen?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like everybody else is already like them kind of videos are already circulating. You know what I mean? So everybody fucking knows that fucking it's only going to be them that care about it. You know what I mean? But again, they don't care. Like no, like I say, walking in the desert for a week, a cracker's gonna look really fucking good. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
next season, you give them another cracker, and the season after that, eventually,
Mm.
you know as well as I do, these Arsenal fans are gonna start getting frustrated with it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because at the end of the day, they can probably accept like having the rest of the world going, it was given to you. You know what I mean? This
Mm.
one time they can accept that they don't care. But next season, nah, they're not gonna want to tolerate that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like I've said it before, Arsenal fans that genuinely feel like you're the best team in Europe, the world, England, whatever your thought process is. You lot need to be getting behind this campaign of sorting out the fucking officiating, because if you
Mm.
really feel like you are the dominant force and this is like you have just reached the peak and you're gonna continue to build on it. And yo, you don't want this, like I say, everything Pep's won. I don't give a fuck. There's an asterisk next to it. If Arsenal fans don't want to be put in that same kind of box, they need to start like being vocal about it, and you know what I mean,
Yeah.
demanding that it's not looking like this next season. Because at the end of the day, if they win it 2 years on the bounce, I think
Mm.
that might have been that. If they win next season, it might actually be the first time they've ever gone back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
realistically, if they go back to back with another season like this, where they don't concede any penalties, no red cards, then it's going to look a set way, innit? So people have to then start fucking well, realistically, now people have to start saying, yo, it was all well and good, we've got the trophy, but come on now. We need we need better officiating in the game, because if like I say,
Yeah.
City, Pep's just fucked off. He's fucking United look like they might be doing something, but there's an asterisk next to Carrick, because my man's only ever done it with one game a week.
Mm.
Fucking Liverpool are keeping Slot from the looks of it, because they've got fucking Champions League now. Fucking Xabi Alonso's doomed to fail at Chelsea. Like, if there's ever a time for a club to really fucking run with it, it's Arsenal now. Like, who
Mm.
else is about? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
Fucking
no.
hell.
Again, man, I think in terms of the officiating, yeah, Arsenal are not going to care, as we know, in it, because they've basically been the beneficiary from poor officiating. I know,
Yeah.
obviously, a few Arsenal fans are going to be saying, I think I've seen someone in the comments now saying that they've been done dirty over the years from officiating. Yeah, I think a
Yeah.
lot of teams have been done, but I think what a lot of Arsenal fans, in my opinion, are ignorant to look at. Yeah, and again, they're going to be like that because, as far as they're concerned, they've got the title over the line. Yeah, but if you guys have watched that intro, you cannot tell me, yeah, that there hasn't been something odd about this season. And this is why I say, yeah, if Arsenal win it back to back, yeah, even I would say, I'd hold my hands up and say, look, there was dodgy decisions this season for them winning the league. If you guys win it back to back, then it's not a fluke. You know what I'm trying to say? And that is the way that I'm looking at it, because
Now,
there's no
but
part of me that thinks Arsenal have won this Premier League season without been having any help from the officials. Not a chance.
but,
You know what I mean?
but that's the thing, though. For me,
Yeah.
if say for example, we get a repeat of this season, where
Mm.
in 2 seasons Arsenal have won back-to-back Premier League titles, but not conceded a single penalty or a red card. And like I say, I started tallying up, because when my man said it's going to be a running theme with Gabriel, I started just doing a little tally. 7 that I counted of Gabriel, where it should have even,
He
I
should have
think, one
a red
penalty,
card
the
or a
rest were
penalty.
red cards. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Mm.
well, realistically, that doesn't, once you compile them and put them all together, it doesn't look like a coincidence no more. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So if
Yeah.
that then happens for a second season,
Mm.
then there's no way that I'm looking at it as anything other than a fluke, or not even a fluke. It's gifted. It's not a fluke. It's gifted. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So if Arsenal fans genuinely believe that their team is the dog's bollocks, and this group of players is going to do something historic, then yo, you need to get behind the same cause as every other fan out there and get the officiating sorted out with us, because yo, you actually could go on to win it next season because, like I've just said, who is there really that you could say is a serious title contender? Because everyone's got a reason why it shouldn't be them, apart from Arsenal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Arsenal look like the clear cut, like it should be them. They've had the same manager for fucking 7 years. My man's been building, spent like 1 billion on them. Fucking, you know what I mean? Like all the factors are there for it to be them now, to be the next dominant force. If that's
Mm.
gonna be the case, you don't want this bullshit officiating. Like I say, United dominant force. People like to talk like, oh, Fergie was in refs ears, this, that, and the next. We used to get red cards. We used to suffer penalties. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people can only talk so much shit when, and it's opinion based. But when we've got shit like that, where it's look at the facts. Like they come out even after like 3 or 4 of those fucking offences, they came out and said, "Yeah, we got that wrong. That should have been a penalty, or that should have been a card."
Yeah.
You can't come out 4 or 5 times saying, "Yeah, we keep getting it wrong with this same club. It must be something about the shirt." You know what I mean? Like
100, 100. Bro, as I said, man, like Arsenal fans are going to enjoy their summer, 22 years in the making. But let's face it, I think any normal person out there would see that season and say, yeah, Arsenal have been handed something here. It doesn't make sense. Have you ever seen a team go through the whole season without conceding at least one penalty or a red card and win the league? Have you ever seen that?
no.
Like this is all I'm saying. You know what I mean? And to answer this question, do you really think Arsenal are not going to challenge again next season? Again, I never said they're not going to challenge, because if you look at the fact that they are probably the most stable team in the league in terms of having the majority of their players all together for a longer period of time, you would assume that they're going to be ahead of all the other teams. But you look at, obviously, as Fitz mentioned earlier, Pep's moving on. Obviously, Enzo Maresca is going to be taking charge. You look at the fact that United have got Carrick in, where a lot of fans are not really trusting him. Even though I think, he's done a great job since he come in. Chelsea have been poor. They got Xabi Alonso as manager. Liverpool are keeping slot. So you would have to say that Arsenal, are going to be the front runners, for the title next season. But all I'm saying here is that it's not like this season Arsenal have won it by just battering everyone. There's been ridiculous decisions that have gone in their favor, which we've showed at the intro. And again, you have to look at a lot of these teams as potentially improving. And but again, yeah, they'll challenge next season, and their challenge for me really is to win back-to-back Premier League titles, because if Arsenal don't win it back-to-back, I guarantee you a lot of people, a lot of fans from other clubs will be saying, did they only win that title because of the officiating? That's literally what people are gonna say. Am I lying, Fitz?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like that's why Arsenal fans, like, considering how you just said that Arsenal probably have got to be considered the front runners for next season. And with that in mind, knowing that it could be your first back-to-back, it could fucking be the first page in a long fucking like chapter of history. Get behind what everybody else is saying now and say, I don't want that next season. You know what I mean? We need to fucking be the real champions, where everyone has to give us real flowers and admit that we are the best team in England. But right now, like, I know Arsenal fans are arguing that, but there's strong arguments for why they're not. You know what I mean? Because teams that wasn't giving things fucking on a plate, so it seems anyway, fucking weren't giving shit on a plate. These teams still did. Like, look, City took it to two games before the fucking final day. You get me? The game before the final day. This is a team that was fucking suffering injuries, suffering fucking red cards, suffering fucking penalties, and these man still only fucking few points off him. You know what I mean? You look at from when Carrick took over, because even before Carrick took over, we went back through the Amorim results and said, if we had a manager that could have got a result against 10-man Everton at home, then we could have actually fucking been competing for the league this year. Because when you look at it from when Carrick took over, we were top of the league. Like when you look at that table, like from January or whatever it is.
Oh yeah.
We would have finished top of the league. So it's like, well, fucking hell, considering we had half a season wasted with a dickhead manager, and we could have still fucking won the league with a few extra fucking results our way. You know what I mean? Say, for example, that Arsenal fucking goal wasn't fucking given because of the foul, the penalty fucking at fucking Everton. Yo, those two results changed the whole league.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, well, fucking hell. That's just one result going in our favour and one going in Everton's favour, and that changes the whole outlook of the league.
100%. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. And as I said, man, I think next season, you know, I'm optimistic. You know, as I said with United, you know, but Arsenal are going to be the favourites for next season, and Arsenal for me are only the favourites really, because you'd probably say because Pep's leaving. Because I actually think, yeah, if Pep stays, I don't think they'll make Arsenal favourites for next season.
Nah.
I wouldn't be too sure of that, because you know, I think the Sky Sports and that would probably make Arsenal favourites. But if it was me personally and Pep staying, I'd probably say City will be favourites for next season. But obviously with Pep going,
because they'd have looked at it and said, well, he's not won it for the last 2 seasons. He's basically due one. You get me?
Yeah.
Pep doesn't go that long without winning leagues, so they would have made him fucking favourite. But like I say, fucking this is Arsenal's time now. Like if Arsenal fans want some positive shit from us, like, yo, this is your chance now to become the dominant force in English football, with every other team having reasons why it might not be them. Right now, there's no one can give a reason why Arsenal can't win the league next year.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. The only thing that they can say is maybe the officials aren't going to lean so heavily in their favor. And realistically, with videos like that circulating, let's be clear, Arsenal are not going to be getting that same kind of leniency next season, because they're going to be under the microscope now more than ever. Like this season, they were already starting to get put under the microscope with it towards the end. Now, they're under pressure. So I won't be surprised if you start seeing things given against Arsenal that shouldn't have been. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's the way it starts to get. You know what I mean? Like I remember fucking times watching United where we were having things called against us, and it's like, why is that? And it's always coincided with fucking something to do with Fergie saying something, or fucking there's been an incident on the touchline or whatever the fuck. But like I say, if Arsenal fans really do fucking believe in their manager and believe in their squad, they need to start saying right now, yo, we don't want excuses for any of these man next season. We want top tier officiating. We want no reason for anyone to be saying anything. I want everyone having to say we are undisputed champions. Cause right now, everyone's got something they can dispute it with. If I was an Arsenal fan right now, I'd be buzzing because over 2 decades, fucking you're gonna take it. But I would also have a part of me that's burning hearing everyone saying this shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, bro, that's why the challenge is there, isn't it? Because if they don't win it back to back, people are going to be skeptical about this league title win. I promise you.
Yeah, it'll look like a Leicester.
Arsenal fans can ignore it all. Say again?
It'll start looking like it was just a Leicester season. This if they don't win it back to back, or at least go on.
But I actually think it'd be worse than Leicester, because Leicester won the league when a lot of teams were shit. But the officiating more or less has played its part for me, because Gabriel, I don't care what anyone says, Gabriel should have been sent off at least twice this season. And if he's missing 6 games from a straight red, those 6 games, Arsenal don't get the points they get without him, because he's their main defender. Yeah. This is where a lot of these things come into. And at the time when he got away with the one against Walter Marder against Newcastle,
The elbow.
The bigger picture is now, is that really and truly, if he was missing 3 games like he should have done, Arsenal might have dropped points in some of them games, and then the points total is looking all different now. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because that's one thing that, like, I've even said it to Arsenal fans, like Gabriel and Saliba individually, there's nothing too impressive about them, but they complement each other so well in that partnership that it is a fucking great partnership for this modern era. You know what I mean? Like, fucking top tier out of all the partnerships that are actually around, not just in England. There's not many that can really say that they're of that level. You know what I mean? So they are fucking fantastic together. But you take Gabriel out of that shit, and we've seen them drop points where they're missing a centre back. You know what I mean? We've seen them fucking struggle, and especially
again though, with Gabriel and Saliba, you're right, because individually, I think both of them are vulnerable individual, But when you've got those two, because you got Gabriel who attacks the ball, Saliba's got the recovery pace, But then when you got Zubamendi and Declan Rice in front of them, who are 2 defensive players, trying to penetrate Gabriel and Saliba is a tough time, isn't it? Because they're good defenders in their own right, but then you've got like a barrier as well, so it's difficult to kind of penetrate that, and that's why those 4 there, it is key. Whereas when I've always said, if Arsenal are chasing the game, this is where you're going to see what Gabriel and Saliba are about, because if they're chasing the game, there's going to be gaps left all over the place. And this is where you can see if Gabriel and Saliba are actually very good defenders, when they're being isolated, or is it a case where they're being helped because they've got, Declan Rice and Zubamendi in front of them to protect them in that sense. You know what I'm trying to say? And this is why I can't wait, for the Champions League final, because there's going to be a point in the game, where Arsenal are going to have to, press on to PSG, and then you're going to see those players left in isolation. And this is where you're going to see what Gabriel and Saliba are all about, really, But let me go into the comments quickly, and then we'll get back to it. Do you really think Arsenal are going to improve next season and buy better players next season? Well, listen, this is the question that a lot of Arsenal fans have said before, or a lot of other fans have said, should I say. If you actually look at Arsenal's team, there's only probably one position that they can actually improve, and that's left wing. But let me know what players Arsenal are going to buy next season to improve them, because for me, they've done all their buying already. But let me know what you think, or what players they're gonna go. Arsenal have had the referees and VAR in their pockets. Well, listen, watch the intro, man, and you'll see. Watch the intro, you'll see that. Bottlers got lucky, but well done. Listen, you have to give them their praise, because they've capitalized on poor officiating, but they're not going to care at the end of the day. Big up to Foxy Danny, says big up Gavin Fitz. I hope you're both keeping well and enjoying this glorious sunshine. Big up to yourself. Listen, the sun's been mad last couple of days. Even trying to sleep, man, it's been a headache. But what would you prefer, man, sun or rain? You know what I mean? At this moment, man, I wouldn't mind a bit of a rain, to be honest, because it's that hot. But nah, listen, when the sun's out, man, just puts everyone in a good mood, and long may it continue. But big up yourselves, and hope you guys are doing well as well. Let's see. As a United fans, you should know when your team win, rivals are always going to call you cheats and make up excuses. Don't be the same as the rivals who discredited your titles. Now, listen, that one don't work, We've got 13 league titles with Sir Alex, so you guys ain't won a league title for 22 years.
Someone tried to discredit any of our achievements, because me and Gav went through this the other day when we was talking about Fergie and Pep. Fergie built his success. He came to a club that hadn't won a league title and won it after 26 years. Same as an Arteta type of thing. But my man didn't spend a fucking billion before winning it. You know what I mean? My man bought players like Dennis Irwin from Oldham for fucking peanuts, and then won it, and then started building up and fucking breaking record transfers and stuff along the way. But let's remember, my man won Premier League titles in the fucking early to mid 90s, and then started breaking transfer records with the profit from being a successful club. Like, we've not bought anything like a Pep. You know what I mean? Fucking, it didn't take as long as fucking Arteta's taken to fucking win a league title, neither. On top of that, we didn't have help from referees and officials. There was no VAR to fucking assist. The only thing any fan can ever say is Fergie was always in people's ears. Cool. So was fucking Simeone. Did it help him in the fucking Champions League semi-final? No. So it doesn't mean shit. I can come and talk shit in your ear all day long. Doesn't mean you're gonna fucking listen to me. If you're the one in charge, you're still making the call, innit? Yeah? End of the day, fucking the only thing anyone can ever say is, oh, well, Fergie spent money too. Yeah, after success. He was always in refs' ears. Cool. Same as every other fucking manager. What are we talking about?
Bro, why are we even in this conversation with Arsenal anyway? Listen, we're different, man. We're not the same. I'm telling you, we're not the same. You guys ain't won for 22 years, man. So to be talking about us and league titles and stuff like that and winners, yeah, let's not do that. You guys can enjoy your Premier League title win. We're just pointing out the fact here that whether you like it or not, man, it was done with the help of officials. It was like, but you guys ain't gonna care, and I hear it. So, but to be putting us in it,
let's be clear.
It don't work.
I'm a United fan, yeah, and I will turn around and I will say, Pep's trophies at City didn't mean shit. None of the trophies at City since the takeover meant shit, yeah, because of the takeover. Same with Chelsea, yeah. Fucking yo, the joke is Liverpool, the greatest rivals our club has. There's nothing. There's no asterisk next to that. I will fucking admit wholeheartedly, Liverpool, when they've won shit, they've fucking won shit. They've earned it. You know what I mean? And they're my biggest rivals. Arsenal, to me, I don't care. I was even saying earlier in the season, I think I'd prefer that Arsenal actually win over City because I just can't stand City. The only thing that puts me off is the Arsenal fans. You know what I mean? Just being that unbearable, just knowing what we're gonna have to deal with now for the rest of this fucking summer and the rest of next season. It's bullshit.
It's not Arsenal Football Club, it's the fans. That's what it is. The fans chat too much. That's why for me, I wanted City to win it because of the Arsenal fans. But that's the only reason.
But that's the thing though, as a Manchester United fan, all of us have been fucking taught you hate Scousers, Liverpool are scum. Yeah, I'm not just a United fan, I'm a Mancunian as well. So that shit actually runs even deeper. You know what I mean? I'm bred to fucking not like Scousers. But at the end of the day, shit, I can actually say that man have earned it. When they won a Champions League, fucking with Gerrard, worst team to ever win the Champions League, but they fucking won it, and they did it against the best team in the world at that time in AC Milan. You get me? And overcome a massive fucking deficit. There's no way of discrediting what Liverpool have done. Yeah, and that's from a mank sat in a Manchester United shirt. So it's nothing to do with discrediting rivals. I'm just calling it how I see it. And if I see Chelsea have bought titles, City have bought titles, and Arsenal, they always won it. This season is the only Invincibles. There's no asterisk next to that other than you drew a lot. Doesn't matter though. You didn't get beat. Even Sir Alex Ferguson holds that achievement above a lot of anything else that's ever been achieved in football because it is so special, especially in England. End of the day though, this league title, you'd have to be a fucking idiot to not say this. Come on. There's a few reasons why that happened, you know what I mean? And it weren't decided on the pitch, it was decided in a VAR room. Like that's the thing that's frustrating for me as a football fan first. End of the day, I don't care who wins it. If we win the league title, we've not won one in fucking 14 years. If we win the league next season after not
it's been that long.
Or a red card, yeah, but I'd be fuming about it though. I'd still take it. Don't get me wrong. I would take it, but I would be out here every fucking week saying the officiating needs to fix itself. We are the best team in England, and now everyone's got a reason to fucking doubt us. You get me? It's that simple. The officiating, we've been complaining about it since fucking November. Yeah. It's not a coincidence that we're sat here now talking about officiating still, because it's been shit.
It's been that bad, yeah.
Absolutely shit. They've been ruining the game, stealing fucking some of the best moments that actually happened in the season. They don't even exist anymore. Remember the Shabazz fucking Haaland chase down last minute for the
Oh yeah.
That was elite. Yo, as a Manchester United fan, that moment had me out of my seat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bro, it's erased from history.
The thing is, what happened to that again? They gave a free kick, didn't they?
Bro, a red card to Shabazz, I think an indirect free kick in the box. And it was nonsense. It was absolute nonsense. It's like
just give the goal and keep it moving. How about that? You know,
exactly. And that moment would have lived in history. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, they want to strip it away, try and manipulate it again from a VAR room to wankers in a fucking room looking at monitors. Like, nah, it's ruined the game. Like, we've even said it before. Just get rid of VAR. Let's keep goal line technology, and let's have some kind of assistance when it comes down to maybe penalty shouts or maybe just offsides. But realistically, I'd prefer everything apart from goal line technology is gone. Put it in the hands of a referee, because human error, everyone can accept. Everyone makes mistakes. No one's perfect. But when you've
100%.
got 3 men all stood there that are paid to understand this game at its fucking inside out and at its core, to then all 3 of them be stood there and not get the right fucking decision after taking 12 minutes to come to it. It's outrageous, and that's what frustrates us. Now, if Arsenal hadn't conceded 1 penalty, 1 red card, none of that, but we had no VAR, that's a different story now. You know what I mean? Then we might just have to look at the referees that were actually officiating. And when we see that it's not always the same guys, then okay, now the argument's kind of quashed a bit, innit? It's been deaded off. But when we've got VAR there and we're constantly giving people that are paid to get these decisions right, and the whole purpose of VAR is to make the game more efficient and make sure we don't get things wrong, it's a piss take. You know what I mean? So, like I say, it's nothing to do with discrediting anyone. It's if I'm discrediting anyone, I'm discrediting the officials. They are absolutely dog shit. I wouldn't even trust them in Sunday League football the way it is now. Yeah, people complain about in Champions League everything's given. Fuck it, go to that. If that's what you want to do, go to that. Give fucking everything. If you're gonna call on VAR, everything is going fucking against everyone. Just have it like that. Any slightest handball, it's a penalty. Slightest foul, penalty. Any of that, just penalty straight. Go. Fuck it. At least then we're gonna have higher scoring games, bit more competitiveness. And let's be clear, we're gonna also have to change up the way that the game is played. None of this Royal Rumble in the box bullshit no more.
Mate, that's
You know
been
what I mean?
absolute joke.
All the things that people are disappointed in and frustrated in. Every game I've watched this season, no matter who the fuck's been playing, it could have been fucking Sunderland and Fulham, and I've heard commentators talk about this shit in the box needs to get fucking put under control.
Yeah.
Like, these things aren't fun. No one's enjoying it. Like I say, either take the rules out and let Kobe F5 fucking Virgil van Dijk in the box, or just fucking say you're not touching no one. It's not rugby this shit. You know what I mean? Like, either have it. I actually reckon,
they are gonna bring changes in, yeah. And as I said, if they bring changes in, it's gonna, like, Arsenal are gonna struggle on that basis. They're gonna struggle on that basis because a lot of their game has been due to the set pieces, you know, has been due to the physicality that they're given in the box. And as I said, we've already seen that half of decisions have gone in their favor. You know, whether their fans like it or not. You know, I wouldn't even mind if their fans were just honest with themselves and said, look, we've won the title. That's what I'm happy about. But there was a few dodgy decisions. But a lot of their fans ain't going to say that because these guys have been starving for how long? And as far as they're concerned, they've won the league title and they can just gloat now, innit? That's literally what it is all about. But, and to an extent, I can hear it. But let's face it, man. We all know for a fact here that this season has been one of absolute madness for what's going on. And they have to change the rules, man. Otherwise, this is going to get even worse, man. Let's face it. And I just hope here that a lot of teams don't adopt what Arsenal have done. Because the way that they've played football this season is not a positive for any Premier League. It's not. You know what I'm trying to say? So it is what it is. Let's go back into the comments quickly. Hey, Gavin Fitz, big up. Big up to Baz1 Diva. Big up yourself. Arsenal were gifted the title. Well, listen, I hate to be the ones to say that, you know, but it definitely was that, man. Let's be honest. You guys will bottle the Champions League final.
It's not us, guys.
It's not us, guys. Yeah, we're not Arsenal, by the way. So, yeah. We're not Arsenal. Just letting you know, yeah. Let's see. Yokerez is trash, bro. 100% agree with you. He is trash. He is trash. Again, Arsenal fans are not going to care because as far as they're concerned, you know, he's a league winner now. And that's where it comes down to. But yeah, he is trash. I have to agree. Who's this idiot? So Short Boss Cameron 284, what an idiot, says you are a clown if you think they buy all their players already. Well, Short Boss Cameron, to start with, yeah, when you type a sentence in on here, yeah, at least get your grammar checked, yeah, before you come in there and call anyone a clown, yeah, because I can understand what you're saying, but I can't, yeah. That's the first thing. And no one on here has said, yeah, they have bought all their players already, by the way. No one said that. I'm just saying, if you look at their team, yeah, they've already bought a lot of their players, and it's going to be hard to see what parts of the pitch they're going to improve. You would think left wing. Because I look at Arsenal's team now. Are they going to replace David Raya? No. Are they going to replace Gabriel and Saliba? No. They've got 3 left backs if Lewis Skelly does stay. Yeah. They've got Ben White might go. Timber's obviously had an injury. They might improve there, but Timber's going to be first choice. They bought 100 million Declan Rice. Zubamendi's a new signing. Eze's a new signing. Odegaard's probably going to stay now. So are they going to improve in the midfield? Marino to come back as well. Right wing. Saka's the highest paid player at the club. Madueke 60 mil. Trying to bring through Max Dowman as well. So they're not going to improve there. Striker, Yokeres 60 mil. Kai Havertz is on 280 a week. Jesus might go. Yeah. And then you got left wing, Martinelli 180, Trossard signed new contract. So this is what I'm trying to say to you, yeah. They're probably only going to improve on left wing and maybe get a striker if Jesus goes. So it's certain positions. But if you think that Arsenal are going to go out and buy 5 players, they're not going to do that. So this is what I'm trying to say to you, man.
But the thing is, we've had regulars, yeah, Arsenal fans that are regulars on this channel that have come in talking about how they've got the strongest A and B team, yeah, in Europe. Not even just in Europe. Lumi was backing it to the extent of saying in history, yeah. So if you've got the strongest A and B team imaginable, there's not much room to fucking build on there, is it? It's not like it's a project. Like you look at fucking United, there's players that need to go, that are going, and you know they need replacing. So you can guarantee that there's going to be a decent window there. Arsenal, what? Maybe a couple youngsters that they're gonna bring. You know what I mean? Like I can't see him going over the top. Maybe a one fucking major improvement. Say if they get rid of a Martinelli and bring in a decent fucking left winger, yeah. Maybe a backup to Timber, and then maybe if they make Yokerez the backup and get a main striker, yeah. What 3 players? Like what else other than that? You're looking at young players that are just you're buying them for potential. You're not buying them to fit into the first team.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So, they're not going to bring in 5 players. They're not going to do that. I'll be very surprised, yeah, if they was to bring in 5 players because they're realistically for their lineup, yeah. I think Arteta will look at because again, they just won the league, yeah, and he's not gonna wanna, upset anyone really in a sense, yeah. So they're only looking at really one or two positions that they might look at as probably strengthening. But I don't see them buying more than three players, if anything. I don't see that. I'll be very surprised if they go and do that personally, because they're looking at. I reckon they'll be looking at big money signings, but the likes of Kvaratskhelia, you're not getting him. Julian Alvarez, we spoke about already. He'll go PSG and Barcelona ahead of Arsenal for me. So then, yeah, who you gonna go for? What, Morgan Rogers to play on the left hand side? You know what I'm trying to say. So I'll be watching.
It'll be like an Anthony Gordon, then
Yeah.
fucking maybe it won't be Igor Thiago, but someone of that kind of standing. You know what I mean? Like, I can see that kind of quality, which, let's be clear, these are quality players. These are good players. You know what I mean? And Gordon's a better player than Martinelli. I'd take that all day if I was an Arsenal fan.
Yeah,
You know what I
100%.
mean? But let's be clear, the market isn't that big. Yes, you've got fucking almost unlimited money, because I know that you've fucking made stupid profit this season. But at the end of the day, fucking hell. What's the market looking like? You know what I mean? We discussed this about United when we were talking about strikers. If they want to get rid of Xerxes, it's because they're going to bring in another striker. But let's be real, what's the striker market? You know what I mean? So it's, do you stick with Xerxes or do you try and fucking find something else? But
Eli Krupi looking at as well, wasn't he? Eli Krupi Jr.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, if you can get a deal like that done, like, all right, cool, then we'll let fucking Xerxes go if we can bring in Krupi. But fucking, if it can't be done, who else is there? Because it's almost like, if we can't get the guy we're thinking of, then we're just gonna have to stick with Xerxes. You know what I mean? Because the market isn't there. Same for a lot of positions. The market's not really there right now. It looks like the biggest market in this summer is going to be central midfield, and Arsenal don't need no central midfielders. You know what I mean? Like, you look at some of the biggest rumors, you hear a lot of talk about Edison's definitely making a move this summer. Fucking Tushimeni, Kamavinga are linked with moves away. Tonali's been linked with fucking like financial fair play sacrifice, and there's a fair few. Caicedo apparently wants to hand in a transfer request if Chelsea don't get European football.
What is this Caicedo? No way.
Yeah, so there was talk that there's
but he just signed. He just signed a new contract though.
But this what I'm saying, no, bro. Like, obviously, fucking, he signed a contract which puts Chelsea in a fucking good standing of how much they can get for him, but he can still demand a fucking transfer if he's not playing. If he feels like this club has massively underperformed, which they have, and now I'm not going to be playing at a standard that I require, if he puts in a transfer request, they're just going to have to fucking work something out, and there'll be someone out there that will pay stupid money for him. You know what I mean? I could see fucking Jose going to Real and saying, fuck it, we'll take him for fucking 80 mil. You know what I mean? 100 mil, whatever the fuck. So, like, there'll be buyers there, innit? So, but the talk was, and obviously Caicedo's just signed a new contract. Fucking, the other one was Palmer, and the other one was fucking new signing Estevao, innit? But again, if these men feel like I've made a mistake here, if they put in a transfer request, it is what it is, isn't it? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, because I even said it when I saw Igor Thiago had signed a contract at Brentford. Because I've seen in them lower teams, you do see players like sign extensions just so that the club can like command a bigger fee. You know what I mean? So I felt like when Thiago did that, he's doing it to help out Brentford because he's had such a good season. He's probably going to get a move. So let's get them some better money for it. You know what I mean? But with a Caicedo, I think it's more a case of he's signed on good faith. And now he's like, well, fucking hell. Do I really want to spend a season or two trying to fight back for European football? Because there's no guarantee that they're going to get it back next season. You know what I mean? So it's one of them. Does he want to take the risk, or does he want to fucking stay at elite football in it? Because he is an elite baller. There'll be teams out there that will fucking go for him. So
yeah,
it's one of them. Yeah,
100.
but yeah, them
100.
three specifically have all been linked with fucking wanting transfers if they don't get European football, and obviously yesterday confirmed they're not.
That the thing is that Caicedo one, to be fair, shocked me. I didn't really expect that, but I mean, someone like him, you can kind of see like why he wants to hand in a transfer request if that is to be true. I'm surprised because, you know, I didn't really see that happening, but I think at his age, he's looking at it thinking he cannot be playing Champions League football. You know what I'm trying to say? So
there'll be players like Caicedo that's looking at it and going, do I want to sit here and fucking try to build and try to get, or do I want to be the final piece to someone's puzzle?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Does he want to step in and be a Rodri replacement? You know what I mean? Does he want to fucking make a move to Spain and fucking start competing for Champions League immediately? There's gonna be options that same way. Fucking like I say, if he actually handed in a transfer request, there'd be teams like PSG would look at him, even though they're stacked in that position. Bayern Munich could look at him. Like all the top teams would. It's almost reminiscent of Sol Campbell when his fucking contract came up. Every top team would look at Caicedo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not gonna struggle for options, and he's gonna be with top teams looking at you. They've got big budgets. They can afford to fucking pay the 120 mil to get you. Especially if it is one of them bigger teams that don't have a project like us, where we've got to bring in several players. If it's like an Arsenal, for example, obviously it wouldn't be because they've got so many in centre mid. But if it was an Arsenal, for example, where they've only got 2-3 positions to strengthen really, and one of those positions is his, of course they're gonna spend that kind of dough. You know what I mean? Like Liverpool, look at what they spent on Isak and Wirtz. Liverpool, if they feel like, yo, Caicedo will be the guy for us, they do it 100%. So, like I say, it is just something that I read, but like I say, fucking normally there's no smoke without fire in it.
I agree. Let's go through these comments quickly, and this moves us on nicely to what we're going to discuss next year. So, did Bruno Fernandes warrant the Player of the Season award, Gav? Yeah. In one simple answer, no, and I'll tell you why he didn't warrant it. Yeah, because if we're being honest, yeah, he was only given Player of the Season because Michael Carrick came in. The question that I would ask, yeah, do you think it's acceptable? Well, I say acceptable, yeah. Should a player be given Player of the Season once a manager has come in after 17 games? That's the only question I'm going to ask, because the hint is in the question there. Player of the Season. Has Bruno Fernandes been the best player of the season throughout the entirety of the season? No, he hasn't. The only reason Bruno Fernandes, yeah, is getting Player of the Season is because he's got the assist record. And again, I'm not going to go too much into it because we've spoken about, you know, the assists, you know, how a lot of them are not really real assists. You know, I remember at the time, you know, we did mention there was a clamour for Bruno to win Player of the Season, and look what's happened. You know, even something I've seen today, you know, apparently the assist that they gave him for the Patrick Dorgu goal wasn't really an assist because it come off the bar and then rebounded off of Bart Verbruggen. Now, if that is the case, yeah, that's not an assist, that's an own goal. So again, you know, technically, did he break the record? Question marks, put it that way. But listen, people might think, yeah, that why is he always getting onto Bruno Fernandes, yeah? For a start, yeah, I don't really care. You know what I mean? But what I'm trying to tell you, it's not that I get onto Bruno Fernandes, yeah? It's a case of he is someone that, I don't know, I think he's one of the very first players that I know in the Premier League, yeah, that he divides opinion, you know, and as soon as you say something about Bruno, you know, you're classed as racist, you're classed as a hater, all these other accusations that people want to try and throw at me, yeah? And it's just quite clear and simple. I don't rate Bruno Fernandes the way a lot of fans rate him. It's my opinion. If you don't agree with my opinion, then let's debate it out, yeah? But the question that I would say to you guys, yeah, he's only been given this award since Michael Carrick came in. Carrick has managed 17 games at Manchester United. Should a player be given player of the season after 17 games? That's all I'm going to say. In my opinion, no, I don't think that should happen. Because under Ruben Amorim, he wasn't great. You know, again, he was playing in a system that probably wasn't getting the best from him as well. But I've watched literally more or less every game of Man United where Bruno's played this season. And Bruno hasn't been great. He hasn't. He's just getting GA, what people love to associate him with. You know, and that's just literally what it is. It's GA. GA has got him player of the season. And because he's on the verge of breaking a record, or he's broke the record now, that is why he's in the conversation for player of the season. In my opinion, who should have been player of the season? You know what? I'll be honest. I'll be honest. Yeah, you would probably have to give player of the season. Yeah. For me, it should have been Gabriel Magalhaes probably, because he has been a key contributor for Arsenal at the back, even though he should have been sent off a couple of times. But I'm looking at probably him, not Declan Rice for me. Declan Rice hasn't been. I think Declan Rice has mastered, the art of making himself look busy. Because again, it's all about heart and passion rather than him actually, you know, being a difference maker in that sense. I think Gabriel's definitely been a difference maker for Arsenal. I look at Man City. Nico O'Reilly's been very good. I mean, he won the young player. You know, I look at Ryan Cherky, definitely deserves to be up there. And then after that, I think we're probably struggling. You know what I'm trying to say? So is Bruno being given player of the season because there hasn't been too many good performances really from a lot of players? But then again, he falls into that category. But what's done it for him is that he's broke the record in their eyes, and that's what it's come down to, isn't it? But 17 games since Carrick took over, I don't think it's acceptable to be given someone player of the season for that. Fizz, what do you reckon on that?
No, to be fair, I don't see it. I don't see it at all. Like you pointed out there, the first fucking half of the season under Amorim, like no one was happy. No one was happy. So I don't understand how off half a season. If we're really gonna fucking give it someone off only half a season, fuck it, give it Cobby. Come on, man, step back into the team after fucking nothing for half a year. It looked like he never fucking left. You know what I mean? So realistically, if we're talking about from January onwards, I've been more impressed with what Kobbie Mainoo's been able to do rather than what Bruno's been able to do. Because Bruno, like I say, match fit. He played every fucking minute of every fucking game up until January. Realistically, I expect him under a better coach or a better manager to do better than he had been. Kobbie, everyone was fucking against him. Everyone's saying he needs to leave. He was on the verge of leaving. Ended up fucking sticking around. As soon as he got his opportunity, took it. My man's not left the team since. You know what I mean? Like, that to me is a lot more impressive than a player that's been given every opportunity that finally comes good. I'm not here for it. With the assist thing, I've said it like before. Like, obviously, fucking if they're gonna give the assist yesterday, which like it come off the bar and that, so it really shouldn't be counted as an assist. But what irritated me was, remember when we watched where he equaled the record, and he said in the interview, I said something, and then Keane said something the day after. Bro, as soon as it happened, no one ran to Dorgu, you know. Everyone, Dorgu included, pointed straight at Bruno and ran straight to him. Ahmad's giving it happy face while he's rubbing his head and all this. I'm just like, this is a piss take. But you know what pissed me off the most?
Yeah.
As soon as he'd got that assist, we actually played ball. And that
Bro,
for
again,
me,
I didn't watch the game. Yeah, I missed the game. I was out. Yeah, but this is what I'm trying to say to you. Yeah, this is all about Bruno Fernandes. This team, like the fact that they're running to Bruno, pointing at him, this and that. Yeah, this is what I'm sick and tired of. Yeah, and there is talk about Bruno staying. Yeah, now let's get it clear. Yeah, I couldn't really, like, if Bruno stays, he stays, in it. Like, there's nothing that I can do in it. Yeah, I just simply point out the fact that if he does stay, what does it mean for players that are meant to be deemed the future of the club in the attack? That is all I'm going to ask, because as long as he stays, you're going to see the likes of, as I said, Xerxes, Ahmad, and probably a few other players. They are going to be in the shadow of Bruno Fernandes because everything has to go through him. And my whole thing is that he's been there for what, 6 to 7 years, and for all the GA that he gets, it's not resulted into anything really. So are we going to start saying now, if we do improve the team, things are going to change? I don't think so. I just don't think so. So if he does stay, he stays. But if he does go, I expect Man United as a team to improve without him, regardless of his GA.
no, but you know what? The most frustrating thing was, though, Gav? Watching the match. Once he got that assist, like I say, we actually played ball. And the worst part about it was he was playing fucking ball as well. Like,
Yeah.
my mum fucking wasn't going. Like, I swear, they were, for one of the goals, fucking my man's ended up playing on the pass where he would have tried to make the more difficult pass to get the assist in it, but he played the pass for it to just be a nice little cross in. You get me? Fucking the goal that he scored, even fucking bro, it was lovely football to see. And then the fact that he took the shot on where
he would have passed
guaranteed. Yeah, if that goal hadn't have gone in, guaranteed he wouldn't have took that shot, which was the best choice. You know what I mean? And it's things like that that are gonna irritate me about it, because seeing that we can even play ball with him in the team, it's just when he's done with the fucking right, I've got my numbers now. Now let's actually play football.
Now let's play.
Yeah, now we can be united again. We're not Bruno FC now. We can fucking move on. That's the most irritating part for me.
That's what winds me up, though.
Yeah, because to be fair, like seeing like glimpses of that, it's almost enough for me to say maybe he doesn't need to go. He just needs to change his mentality now. He just needs to be the team player. Because if he can do that, because like people will say, oh, he is a team player, use man of talking shit, he's always looking for the pass, always looking for the assist. Yeah, no matter how difficult it may be, when there's 3 other passes on that can help build the play forward. But my man instead, nope, I want that long ball right over the top. It's not gonna work.
It's volume, innit? That's what he does, is volume.
Yeah. So for me, I'm like, seeing what he can actually contribute. If he says, right, I've got my numbers now, this is done with Bruno shit, let's go to United shit now. Like, he doesn't even need to go. He just needs to fucking see it as, right, I've got my Premier League record now. You know what I mean? I've got what I need. My stats can stand for something now. You know what I mean? Now, if he was willing to turn around and say, right, I'm gonna fucking sign a year extension or a 2-year extension, but I don't want it revolving around me. I want to start taking a step back a bit and being part of the build-up play, but not being the main fucking factor of the build-up play. I could actually see us doing something with him there,
bro. If that was to happen, I would have no problem with him staying. If Bruno was to say, look, I'm going to take a back seat and let, an Ahmad or a Xerxes or a Kobe take the limelight, let's say, and take the shine, I would have no problem with his experience, And if people want to hype up his GA, I'd have no problem with him staying. The problem is he's never going to do that because, and again, I don't blame Bruno, You have to look at the fan base because the fan base have made him feel like he can do no wrong. And the facts are, yeah, he coming in him being there next season, you know, is still going to take away from the majority of the team because the way that he plays, everything goes through him. And this is why I keep saying, yeah, Carrick's now got the job, yeah, and it's a case where Carrick has said continuously that the way that United are playing is not the way that he sees. So that can only mean he wants to play, you know, a good brand of football. Now, if he wants to play a good brand of football, then even if Bruno does stay, does Bruno fit into, you know, this possession-based style of play that Carrick, I believe, wants to play? Because that's going to mean, yeah, that Bruno's Hollywood passing, you know, he's going to have to cut that out realistically when you think about it. Now, is Bruno Fernandes, with the stature that he has at the club, is he going to be willing to go and do that? I don't think so.
I don't think so because he does seem very egotistical in it. But from what I have seen, to play devil's advocate, from what I have seen, and I know he's the captain of the club, he has a lot of strokes. So as a current player, you're not really going to speak out against him anyway, are you? But from what I do see of current players and active players talking about him, he is a positive fucking factor in the dressing room, and he is trying to fucking help out a lot. So if he was to see it as, I'm not getting any younger, I've seen how Salah declined, you know what I mean? I've seen how Casemiro played his part and was such a key factor without being the main guy. Maybe there is hope, but again, this is maybe me just being more wishful thinking, knowing that there's a good chance that he will stay. You know what I mean? But like watching that yesterday, like I say, once we got that assist, well, once he got that assist, it did feel like we played better football. And now some people will say, well, it's the confidence of getting a goal. Fair enough, but literally it you could see for about 4 or 5 games, everyone was trying to get Bruno the assist, and he even come out and said it in the interview, which was a disgrace in my eyes, and Roy Keane was pissed about it too, where he admitted that he was not taking shots when he should have, and looking for passes, and everyone was trying to get a goal off one of his passes, basically, innit? And maybe wasting opportunities due to it. As soon as that was no longer a factor, we looked like a new team, and we did honestly look like, this is something I'd watch week in, week out. You know what I mean? And not complain about it. Like, there was glimpses, like Ahmad come to life. Didn't have his best game, obviously, but bro,
I see the assist for Mbeumo with the play between him and Mount was good, to be fair.
This is what I'm saying. Like, you see, like that. Even the fucking the build up play to Bruno's goal was really nice. Dorgu had a fucking stormer. Kobe, bro, there was a part in there.
I heard Kobe was man of the match.
Bro, he was fantastic. There was a part, where the ball's dropping towards the edge of the box, and Kobe's got it, controlled it. He's got like 3 Brighton players around him. My man's weaved his way through. Like, bro, it looked disgusting. I think he ended up either playing the pass back out of the box because he had nothing else on, or it might have been a case of where he's shot and it's deflected. I can't remember it properly. But fucking his technique and control in bringing that ball down and weaving through them, man. I spoke out loud to myself. I was like, "You naughty little bastard!" Like, I swear to God,
Kobe's a very good player, man. Like,
bro,
he's a very good player, man.
Man, he's my guy. Like, Kobe is the future, like 100%.
Very good player, man.
But all I could think was, Kobe plays like this at the World Cup. These Arsenal fans that want to talk about what's his market value, they ain't gonna have much to say, cause that's gonna shoot the fuck up if he has one game like that at the World Cup. Fucking different.
The only thing for Kobe though at the World Cup here is that he's gonna have to hope. Well, I say hope here. The only way he gets his chance at the World Cup is if Elliot Anderson is not impressing, because it's gonna be Anderson and Declan Rice to start, and Tuchel's always played the number 10. So unless Tuchel's going to go for 3 in midfield, Kobe's only going to get his chance off the bench if Elliot Anderson's struggling, because Declan Rice will play for his experience. You know what I'm trying to say?
No,
So
I hear it.
Kobe has to do what he done last time in the Euros.
No, but what I think is gonna happen, like, because no matter what, like Rice is definitely gonna be pretty much starting every game, yeah.
Yeah.
But with Anderson, bear in mind, like what I just said before about Kobe spent half of the season not playing, looks like he's never left. So fitness for Kobe, when he reaches that World Cup, I've said it before, he's gonna be reaching peak whilst everybody else is on fumes. Anderson's not going to be able to play every minute of every match, especially being inexperienced in Tuchel's eyes. You get me? Like Declan Rice, he's going to have to play every minute of every game because you've won a European trophy, you've just won your league, you've just got to the Champions League final. We're dependent on your. Doesn't matter how many games you played, you're a big player for us, isn't it? Elliot Anderson isn't that big player. You know what I mean? So there's going to be opportunities there for Kobe 100%. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Kobe starts in the second group stage.
Oh, what a game, yeah?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. The first game, if he goes with fucking Anderson and Rice, like you're saying, and the second game he goes with Kobe and Rice.
Well, the thing is, yeah, what I'm gonna bank, because this is why I'm gonna do the World. So guys, yeah, make sure you tune in as well. Yeah, I'll be doing the World Cups squads that have been announced, and the potential lineups, yeah, which will be starting on Wednesday. Obviously, France being the first team, yeah. But what I'm gonna take from this, from what Tuchel's doing, yeah, Tuchel's gonna start Rice and Anderson first game, yeah. Now a lot of how Kobe's gonna figure in this year will be based on two things, yeah. If England win their first game, he's gonna go with the same team the second game, yeah, to try and get them over the line. Now, if they was to win 2 out of 2, Kobe will get his chance in the third game if they want to rest legs for the next round. But the problem is, Kobe will get his chance for England if England don't win their first game, and then he might change things around for the second game. Because if he feels like that the number 10 is not working and they draw the game or get beat, he might want to go for more control in the midfield. This is where Kobe comes into it. So Kobe might even play as a free with Anderson and with Declan Rice. Yeah. And this is why I go back to Manchester United, yeah. Because if Man United want to have more control, yeah, does Michael Carrick go over 3 in midfield and sacrifice not playing a number 10? And this is why Bruno Fernandes is going to be like the common denominator, because if Bruno's there, he's going to play in the number 10 position. Yeah. Obviously, his natural position is he's obviously playing more as a support striker anyway. But I just don't think that you can dominate possession. A lot of these fans as well are saying they're criticizing Carrick because Man United don't dominate possession. So if you want to dominate possession, what do you need more of in the midfield? Ball possession players. So if Man United go with ball possession players as new signings, yeah, but you've still got Bruno Fernandes there, Bruno's natural game is gonna have to change now, because if you want to dominate possession, you cannot have a player playing number 10 spamming the ball. So again, this is why I say if Bruno becomes more disciplined in the sense of he's playing more for the team and not more for himself, his numbers are going to decline, but the team will improve in terms of possession. So this is why I say, yeah, what do Man United fans want? Do they want Bruno to just be getting GA to the detriment of possession, or do they want more possession base, which means Bruno loses out on his GA? You see what I mean? And it's the same with England as well, really, when you think about it. So that's what I hope, man. Let me go into these comments quickly, bro. Man United fans are deluded too. I heard so many say Bruno will win the Ballon d'Or if Portugal wins the World Cup. But again, you know why this is so stupid, yeah? Because if fans understand how the Ballon d'Or is won, yeah, this is why Ousmane Dembele and Kvaratskhelia are the front runners, but more Dembele, yeah, because to win the Ballon d'Or, you have to win the Champions League. So as much as I don't want to see it, yeah, if Declan Rice was to win So if Declan Rice or Gabriel, yeah, let's say, was to win Champions League, and then England or Brazil win the World Cup, both of them would be in the one of them two would win the Ballon d'Or. But it depends on the Champions League. So this is why Dembele is in the frame again, because Dembele's won the league, he's in the Champions League final, and France are one of the favourites for the World Cup. So Bruno Fernandes cannot win Ballon d'Or now because Man United we're not even in the bloody Champions League. And the Champions League plays a massive factor. Because even if Bruno does win the World Cup, yeah, he's got an assist record and he's won the World Cup. But that's not going to be enough to win the Ballon d'Or. Because the Champions League plays a massive part in it. You know, so that's just dumb. This is why Dembele is one of the front runners again. Because his team are in the Champions League final. And if he wins the Champions League, you know, the only person really that can take it off him would be someone like Vitinha. Because even if Portugal win the World Cup, Vitinha will get it ahead of Bruno Fernandes. Yeah. Because if PSG win the Champions League, you see what I mean? Even João Neves would get it ahead of Bruno Fernandes because it'll be Champions League and the World Cup and a league title as well. So that's how it kind of works, isn't it? You know.
Yo, can I just say, can you imagine how unbearable Lumi will be if Gabriel's the first centre back to win a Ballon d'Or since Cannavaro?
Bro, I'm signing out, man. That's what I'm saying.
Bro,
I'm signing out for the season.
Big
Up Man says this is so refreshing hearing someone telling the truth. VAR gave them the title. PGMOL should be on their open top bus. Listen, Arsenal fans ain't gonna want to hear it, my guy. But listen, as long as people are taking this in, that is what matters. But yeah, it's one of them things, isn't it? If Portugal win the World Cup, Kane, Elise, Cavra still deserve the Ballon d'Or winner. Yeah, listen, I hear it. Yeah, I think Harry Kane and Elise for me. Well, Harry Kane and Elise can't win the Ballon d'Or. And the reason why I tell you why Elise can't win it is because Elise is in the same French team as Dembele. And if France win the World Cup, then and if PSG win the Champions League, then there's no way that Elise can get it ahead of Dembele because Dembele would have won all three. Harry Kane again, I mean, the guy got another hat-trick yesterday, yeah? I mean, his goal-scoring record is an absolute joke. But again, there's no Champions League there, so he can't win it. Kvaratskhelia is a top player, but Georgia are not going to win the World Cup. So, again, if he wins Champions League, Dembele would have done the same thing. So this is what I'm trying to say to you. Dembele is the front runner right now if PSG win the Champions League, which they should do, you know? So that is how it's going to kind of work, guys, because the Champions League is a massive thing. But again, if Gabriel or Declan Rice win Champions League, yeah, listen, it's going to be sleepless nights, man, to this World Cup. I promise you. Because if Brazil or England win it, then one of them are going to get it. And Gabriel might be the first defender since Fabio Cannavaro, man, to win it, which just can't happen. So let's see, man. Watch out, Matthias Fernandes. Yeah, very good player, man. Very good player. Yeah, very good player. Bro, let's move on anyway, yeah? So obviously, Bruno's assist record, United ending the season in style. Let's move on to the season summary. What was your standout moments from this season? Or what do you think of the season as a whole?
I'm not gonna lie, the standouts for me were fucking the standouts for me were there's a few ups and a few downs. Like the main standout for me is that moment with Haaland and Szoboszlai, because like that to me was a testament of where this game has gone. That was potentially the most intense, crazy fucking, you know what I mean? Like the keeper's gone up for a fucking corner, like it's all or nothing. The ball's been fucking cleared, and that is a foot race between Haaland, who's not really the fastest, and Szoboszlai.
Hey, listen, Haaland's got burners, man. He's got burners.
But this is what I'm saying. When you think of the fastest players or the quickest players in the team, like for City, there's a couple players that you want on that chase before Haaland.
Bro, I
You know what I
guarantee
mean?
you this now, yeah. I guarantee you this, yeah. Haaland's the one the quickest in their team, if not the quickest. I guarantee you.
Nah,
I swear to
nah.
God, bro. I
That
don't think you know how quick he is, Haaland.
Doku and
That is
that.
that is what he's known for, his pace.
Nah, but this is what I'm saying. For me,
Hmm.
For me, his biggest fucking factor is fucking physicality. It's
Yeah,
how
yeah.
strong he is on the ball. Like
Hmm.
he reminds me in a way
He's a Viking, isn't it? A Viking.
he reminds me kind of like Drogba in that sense.
Okay.
Like Drogba was fast, but
Hmm.
no one ever spoke about his speed. They spoke about how strong and dominant he was. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like Haaland's like that for me. Like if realistically, if I'm picking a player from that City team to take that foot race on, I'm going for someone like a Doku
Hmm.
because I've
Bro,
seen
you'll be
my
you'll
man
be you'll be surprised. I'm telling you, man. Haaland's probably as quick as Doku. I'm telling you. I don't think you realize how quick Haaland is. Bro, I'm telling you, man. The thing is as well, yeah. When I first watched Haaland, yeah, when he was playing for Salzburg, yeah, I thought, he's not quick, yeah. And then I see one thing of him, I thought, nah, he's got pace. And if you watch him for Dortmund, yeah, you'll see how quick he really is. I'm telling you, yeah, he's one of the quickest in the league, Haaland. He
No, to
might
be
be the
fair,
quickest in the league. I'm telling
I've
you.
said it before. I've never really followed much Bundesliga in it, so like I
Yeah.
didn't see Dortmund, Sancho, Dortmund, fucking Bellingham, Dortmund, because to be fair, like I've always kind of it's had the asterisk next to it. It's a one or two team league. Like I don't
Yeah.
watch much La Liga, but I used to back in the day because the players that were there, I'm like, any Real Madrid match I'm watching because it's like an all-star match. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So same with Barca, but with like Bayern Munich and that, I've never really bothered because it just seems like it's a pointless fucking endeavor. You know what I mean? You're either watching
Mm.
a bunch of fucking shit guys play against each other or a fucking bunch of schoolboys versus fucking professionals. Like if you're watching like Bayern versus fucking basically anyone apart from Dortmund or Leverkusen. So fucking like I say, for me, I'd never put Haaland down in that foot races who had won. But like I say, if you're saying his speed, like I'll go and check out some of his Dortmund stuff in it, cause
Mm.
I've not seen
The one
anything that makes me
in
think
Germany
it.
they play with a high line in it, so you know that his pace in that high line was an absolute joke. But I'm telling you, bro, he's quick. I'm telling you.
Okay, okay.
The
No,
thing
but
is, I don't think you'd think that because of his stature in it.
mm, 'cause
But
that's
that
what I'm
is what
saying.
he's known for, his pace, bro. Because I couldn't believe it when I first see him. I thought this guy's not quick, and then you actually watch him, yeah, he's lightning quick. I'm telling you.
Because for me, the only
Mm.
reason why I'd want him in that foot race, or I'd be
Yeah,
okay with him in that foot race, is because of how strong he is. Like if he can get an inch ahead of Shabazlai is not getting past him. You
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? But
Mm.
for me, it's if I was just going out and out pace, I'd even think fucking like O'Reilly, fucking in the foot race would be a fucking better shot than Haaland. Like from what
Nah,
I've
bro.
seen of
Trust
them.
me, man. You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked.
Nah,
I'm telling you, man.
I'll go and check it still, but that's like, but
Yeah.
yeah, for me, that's the biggest standout because it's like, look, that's how exciting the game used to be, pretty much all the time. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Where there was moments in the game where it just be fucking like, oh, like game, like it literally changed the game, and how many Fergie time last minute goals we'd seen and shit. Like they were the moments that made the seasons great because you had like fucking so many moments where it's like, look, if it weren't for that last minute fucking header, if it weren't for that last minute whatever, but
Mm.
for it to end up with an indirect free kick, a red card, and bare bullshit, like yeah, fucking after like 5 minutes of VAR checks, I was like yeah, it ruined
Yeah.
it all. It ruined it all. Like not like I say, I just mentioned it before, and you didn't even remember what happened. You don't remember the refs call and what happened with the rest of that game.
I forgot, man. Yeah, I actually forgot what's
Because no
happened.
one
Yeah.
cares. It doesn't matter because once they said that and they did that, everyone tuned out. Nobody even
Mm.
stuck around anymore. You know what I mean? It's like, well, for
Yeah.
what? you for what you've ruined it now.
Mm.
For me, that's the biggest standout because it's kind
Yeah.
of what I've said for fucking ages now that the league, the quality it's getting worse and worse. And to be fair, it does look like it's more with the introduction of VAR and all these new rules and shit.
It's ruined the game, yeah.
Yeah, man, it's fucked it
Mm.
up. Other than that, if we're talking like a positive, for me, it's probably gonna be that Dorgu goal, isn't it?
Against Arsenal.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
because,
great strike.
just because
Mm.
fucking of everything, like we'd put up with so much Amarim bullshit. We've got
Mm.
Carrick in charge. Fucking didn't we just do City the week before, innit? And then we fucking had
Yeah,
Arsenal.
yeah, we did. We
You know what I
did.
mean? So it's just like
We
it
did.
was like the best week. I remember even saying it's like the best week I've had in fucking years with this club. You know what I mean? Like them 7-day period of beating City and going on and beating Arsenal, and that Dorgu goal was special, innit? So I'd probably
100.
say that if I'm going for a favorite moment, it's that. But the biggest standout, it's got to be that Shabazz like Haaland shit.
Yeah.
It was a
I hear it.
testament
I hear
to
it.
how the season went. You know what I mean? The
Mm.
refs went to VAR, spent a lifetime there, and still got it all wrong. Ruined
Bro,
the game.
I don't think I've ever seen a season, yeah, where there's been so many problems with what they've done, VAR. PGMO. I've never seen a season like it. You know, there's so many talking points in it. And the fact that we're talking about these things, like we're here to watch the football, not to be
Yeah.
talking about decisions that have been wrong. You know what I'm trying to say? Or that
But
have
yo,
been
when
questionable.
you ask someone that's watched fucking Premier League football for fucking basically the entirety that it's fucking been Premier League football,
Yeah.
what his standout moments are, and he comes up with a moment that was ruined by VAR.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
yo,
Exactly.
that's a disgrace. You know what I mean? If
Mm.
you'd asked me this about different seasons, it'd
Yeah.
always been goals and moments that fucking were like incredible or unbelievable fucking comebacks and shit.
Yeah.
Now it's a fucking dodgy VAR call. You know what I mean? Like it's yeah. It's
Yeah.
fucking ruined. What about you though? What's your standout moments? Like
So,
one
bro,
good,
for
one
me,
bad.
I've got two, yeah, and
Yeah,
one's a negative, one's a positive, yeah, and they surround both the same person, yeah, and it's Ruben Amorim, yeah, and I tell you why, bro, yeah,
the positives that he's
because
gone.
whoa, that's the second one. The first one is was the game against Everton at home,
Yeah.
bro,
Well, when he went down to 10 man from man
they were
slapping a
down to
guy.
10 men, yeah, and this guy still plays the same three at the back. When you're playing three at the back here, you're doing that, yeah, to nullify the opposition's attack. Yeah. They're down to 10 men and you don't change the formation. Like
Yeah.
that has to be self-sabotage. Bro, when
Well,
he done that, yeah, it made no sense. And we went on to lose the game. You cannot be getting beat at home to 10 men, still playing with three at the back.
and let's
I
be
don't care what
clear,
anyone says.
it wasn't just a case of a team that had gone down to 10 man. The reason why they went down to 10 man is because
Oh yeah.
one player slapped another player. Bro,
Yeah.
it was a team that was fucking crumbling before our very eyes, and they were in our stadium, our fortress, and we made
Mm.
them feel fucking comfortable enough. Where I think Barry fucking won every long ball that that man pitched.
Yeah,
He
his
won
aerial ability in
every
that game was
aerial duel.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Ridiculous, absolutely
Mm.
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
With like you're saying there, with three centre backs playing, and we
Bro,
still let him win,
I couldn't believe it, man. I could not
bro.
believe, yeah. He was so stubborn, this manager, yeah. It's like even if you want to play this free at the back here, it's like you're playing against 10 men. Just stop trying to be clever, yeah, and just go two strikers up top and get us back in the game to win it. Like that's what I didn't understand, yeah. And so that was the first one. And obviously, secondly, was the standout moment was him getting his ass sacked. Yeah. Because what pisses me off, yeah, is that the fact that Michael Carrick has come in and done what he's done, yeah, if the board would have seen this from early to sack this manager, bro, we would have been in a title race.
Yeah.
I'd argue that of anyone. Because Michael Carrick has come in for 17 games, yeah? He's got 12 wins in 17 games. The only team that I think has amassed the same amount of points or more, I believe, is Man City. Since Carrick's come in. So that was why, yeah, I was like, that's the frustration for me, because if Carrick would have come in earlier, I'm pretty sure, man, we'd have been a lot higher in the table, competing with Arsenal for me and Man City in the end. You know, because I think we actually ended up 7 points off of Man City. You know, and you look at all the games.
So you remember, yeah, we went through and did all the fucking points dropped, yeah, with Amarim. And we said we left certain ones, like, for example, Arsenal beating us 1-0, even though there's fucking shit in the video package that played at the start that fucking kind of shows that shouldn't have been the result. But all right, we allow that. Yeah, the 1-1 against Fulham wouldn't have been a 1-1. Yeah, I do genuinely believe we'd have won that. One sec. We just fucking... Right, so then the next points dropped were Brentford at Brentford. Yeah, I feel like we would have at least got a draw out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah? Fucking... Then... What's next? Then we drew against Forest at Forest. And then drew against Spurs at Spurs. Yeah, two teams that were fighting relegation. We should have got more than a point there anyway. Fucking 3 points at home to 10-man fucking Everton. Yeah, then we drew with West Ham. Then we drew with Bournemouth. Then we drew with Wolves. Drew with Leeds. Drew with Burnley.
Oh yeah.
And then
no. We beat Burnley 3-2. I swear we did.
Not 2-2. January 7th. 2-2 January 7th.
What? At home?
No, at Burnley.
Oh yeah, of course. That's when because that's when Sesko. I think he bagged 2 Sesko. Did he get 1 or something?
Because from December 30th to the 7th of Jan, we drew against Wolves, Leeds, and Burnley. That's how we ended up going.
Oh, the Burnley game was when Fletcher was in charge.
Yeah. Yeah. Fletcher shouldn't have been there anyway. But as we said, with an actual manager in place, so Burnley, that's 2 points dropped. Leeds, 2 points dropped. Wolves, 2 points dropped. Bournemouth, 2 points dropped.
Ridiculous.
Fucking West Ham, 2 points dropped. 3 points dropped against Everton. 2 against Spurs. 2 against Forest. Fucking... And 2 against Fulham. You put all them together there, we'd have walked away with the league. But
bro, I'm telling you. Yeah.
It is what it is, isn't it? Obviously, fucking the fact that Amarim's gone, like, bro. I've tried my best not to even think of that twat for a fucking couple months now. Like,
self-sabotage, man. I just don't understand it. Don't understand it. And it's frustrating because how bad this season has been, in general. We could have been literally competing for the title based on what Carrick has done. And that's not even a lie, because Carrick's come in 12 wins from 17 games. That's what he's done. That's title winning form there. So you bring him in earlier, how many points could he have got, man? And I think one of the most positive things that Carrick has done, is that he's made this defense look solid. Because this defense was all over the place under Amarim. He's made them look solid. And that's one of the biggest positives that you can give to Carrick, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? So, bro.
There's another one from yesterday as well. Martinez had another decent game, man.
He play well, yeah?
Yeah, man. Like I said, they weren't anyone that really had a shit game. You know what I mean? There was players that didn't really stand out too tough. Like Mazraoui didn't fucking stand out too tough, didn't do much. But again, fucking there was no negative to take from them, you know what I mean? But with Martinez fucking made a few crucial challenges, fucking got everything right. Yeah, man. Fucking, I couldn't knock anything he did.
The thing with Martinez, there's no question about his footballing ability. The thing is with him, it's just the injuries, and based on his injuries, if he wants more money to stay at the club, that is the issue. But again, Murillo signed a new contract now at Nottingham Forest, so he's out of the question. So, and obviously Van der Ven stayed up, so Tottenham now can ask for ridiculous money. Is he going to move? So again, the Martinez one now, everything points towards him staying. But my only thing with Martinez was his injuries, yeah, and the fact that you could get a player that could offer similar to what he does and offer slightly more in terms of the physicality and the pace in the wide areas. But again, the last couple of games, I didn't see the game yesterday, but obviously if you're saying that he played well, and the game that he played against, what was the last game? Brentford. Yeah, he was good as well. So again, man, he's showing why, he should be getting that kind of money, really. But let's see what happens, innit? Let's go on to these comments before we move on to the last one, man. Before we wrap it up, innit? So big up, man. Arsenal 8517 says, heard that Man U have finalized Ederson. Yeah, listen, I think they're in talks with him right now. He's not my first choice, I'll be honest. But if Ederson comes in and Ugarte goes out, I'm not really that fussed. But for me, I've always said Tonali, Camavinga, Baleba is the three that I want. If we can't get Tonali, then Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Baleba. If we can't get Baleba, then if we can't get Camavinga, then Baleba, Tonali, Adam Wharton, someone like that. I like Matthias Fernandes as well, yeah. But I'm gonna keep stressing this, yeah, because I don't see too many fans talking about this, yeah. Whenever I see fans that are talking about Man United's midfield signings, yeah, I'm not quite sure why no one's looking at left-footed central midfielders. I'm not quite sure, because we have no left-footed central midfielders, and we purely need that for the balance of the team. Like, I'm not quite sure why no one's looking at that. You look at Real Madrid, Camavinga's left-footed. Even if you want to look at Arda Güler, who plays there sometimes as well. You look at Barcelona, they got that Marc Bernal who's left-footed. Yeah. You look at Man City, Cherki and Foden. They've got players that are left-footed that are in the central of the pitch. They're centrally in the pitch, yeah, on the pitch. Then you look at PSG, Fabian Ruiz. Yeah. You look at Bayern Munich. Obviously got Leonard Carl, who's young as well. So you need to have left-footed players to add to the balance that play centrally. Man United haven't got one, because Ahmad is a number 10, but he plays out wide. The same with Mbeumo, out wide or through the middle. And that's it. Patrick Dorgu plays out wide. So Man United need to be getting a left-footed central midfielder to add to the balance of the team. So I will personally go for 2 left-footed central midfielders and go for 1 right-footed central midfielder to go with Kobe. But I don't see a lot of people looking at that. But listen, Ederson, for me, as I say, he's not my first choice signing, but if it's a case of Ugarte moving on and he's the replacement, then even better.
Bro, I'm telling you, with that Ederson shit, I'm telling you, it's exactly what I've said for time. We got to have a big window, seven players minimum. Yeah, look at all the
so you think he's part of the 7, yeah? Like, just
100%. Because this is what I'm saying. Like, look, we can't break the bank on every transfer, yeah, and we can't pay stupid wages for every player either. Buying Ederson from Atalanta, I think it works out at something like 26 million, yeah, and that'll be in installments as well. Bear in mind, yeah. So we'll be paying 26 million, and the wage isn't gonna be like signing a Camavinga or Tchouaméni. You know what I mean? It's gonna probably be about 150 to 200k, which it's still big wages, but it's nowhere fucking near what Tchouaméni is gonna command.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He's gonna turn 27 as well next season, isn't it? At the start of the season, I think.
And for me, like, I already know they're desperate to get rid of Ugarte, and if my man's gonna come in, like, Ederson is no way near fucking gonna be our first team regular starter. It's not happening. He's a squad player. That's what we're bringing him for. It's cleared.
Bro, I'm happy with that, because he's better than Ugarte, and again, he's gonna offer, the physicality, and he's decent on the ball as well. that Ugarte hasn't got. So
And
if he's someone that is the fourth midfielder, I'm not too fussed, if I'm honest with you.
I think that's exactly what it is. And don't forget, it's like what you said. You want to see us wrap up some shit before the World Cup even starts. If we can wrap up Baleba and fucking Edison before the World Cup even begins, before anyone flies out, good business, good sign that we're going to get in a good 7 fucking players minimum. Bear in mind, Rashford, everyone knows he's going. You get me? All these men were loaned out because why? We've only got fucking we've got no Europe. We don't need as deep a squad because we don't have the fixtures. Now we do, but all these players that were loaned out are going, so they need replacing because we do need these players back for next season, or at least those positions back. We've also got a few key players like fucking Casemiro and that's expired. So these men need replacing. Malacia, I think he expires. I don't think we're fucking. I know he's got a couple minutes here and there under Carrick, but I don't think we're fucking looking to renew with him. I think we might give him an extension if we can't get a cheap fucking alternative for the left back. If, for example, if we can get Malik Haj Diouf off fucking West Ham. Yeah, bro, Malacia is gone because it's an upgrade, but it's not going to be a mad expensive upgrade because they've just got relegated. They've got massive fucking outgoings now with that stadium, so they're going to have to sacrifice a lot of players where they can do and take what they get. It's just like what happened with fucking Leeds when they were relegated. They had a mad fucking financial structure. It's not built for championship. So they had to sacrifice everything, and that's what's going to happen with West Ham here. So it's like, well, if we can bring in, for example, if we can get Haj Diouf and Somerville as essentially backup for those positions, and then bring in I
don't see us doing them deals, man. I mean them deals they're too much of common sense, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I think that's the way they've got to maybe not those specific deals, but that's the way they've got to look at it. How can we bring in the best quality for the best value? Like it's not a case of just getting value signings because we're gonna end up with dog shit. So we need the best value for the money that we're spending. You know what I mean? And when you're looking at Edison available for 26 million, and you can spread that out because you've already spread out a Xerxes fucking fee with that same club. You're gonna be able to spread it out, even if we have to add on an extra 4 mil. So 30 million over 3-4 years, 10 mil a year. It's fucking peanuts for a club of Manchester United's stature. It's an upgrade on Ugarte, and like what we've already said, we need to see movement. Because we know what we need. We need a lot of fucking players in this window. We're not gonna fucking believe that it's gonna happen if we have nobody signed up before the World Cup, because we know we'll wait until the end, and then we start doing business, and that's where it'll be slowed down. Like the Baleba shit never happened like last summer because of the same thing. We started too late, so I feel like they've got to learn from that mistake because shit. If we'd have had Baleba, let's be real, we even with fucking Carrick coming in fucking January, just having Baleba there, because we had didn't we have a game the other fucking week where we had to start Ugarte?
Yeah, I think he had no one else to play. I think I don't know. I'm not sure if Casemiro was needed resting or he was injured. I can't remember. But there's a game that Ugarte played, but Carrick literally had no one else. So I think Mount might have been out as well.
And there's been games where fucking my man's had to be subbed on because fucking we've got nobody else essentially. If we'd had Baleba, or realistically, we might have been in for a late title charge. You know what I mean?
Bro, I think people might think we're crazy. Yeah, if Carrick came in earlier on the before Amorim, yeah, I'm telling you, man, we would have been that. His form is not a joke. No one expected Carrick to come in and do what he's done, and he's done it in 17 games, 12 wins. You know,
It's
like
ridiculous, and that's the
the
thing.
proof's there.
So some of
Mm,
those fucking draws and that, bro, they
mm,
could have actually been fucking 3 points on the board if we'd have had a believer to step in instead of a Ugarte. You know
yeah,
what I mean? So
yeah,
I just think we're gonna have to do a fair few deals like this where it's like it's no one's first choice, but
yeah.
again, we're not buying them for first choice. They're
Mm,
there for squad options. You'll know when we buy a first choice player, it's gonna
yeah,
be like a Cunha level of player where you know this guy comes into the first team. You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
but there's gonna have to be players where it's like, why have we signed this guy? He's not what anyone asked for. But when you
Mm.
really deep it, it's like, well, we've got to have someone for that position. For example, Tom Heaton's contract's meant to be expiring. He might get renewed because of his homegrown status. Onana's meant to be fucking. He wants to stay, but we're meant to be looking to force him out. Bayne Day
Stay for
fucking.
what?
But this is
Stay
what I'm
for what?
saying.
You know what I
Bayne
mean?
Day wants to fucking go. He's meant to be linked with a move to Turkey.
Yeah,
Fucking Onana wants to stay, but he's gonna get forced out. Realistically, I won't be surprised if we end up buying a keeper, and that's something that everyone will turn around and say, why? We've got Lemens, but we're gonna need someone because Tom
yeah,
Heaton
yeah,
can't be the only backup to
yeah,
Lemens, you know what I mean? But
yeah. But
we've
again,
got
even if Onana was to come back here and be back up to Lamens, it's like
he wouldn't do
Onana's
it.
not going to do that for one, yeah. And it's like you're not going to have a keeper on that amount probably to be back up in it. So
Yeah, yeah. No, that's the thing.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
But I feel like fucking because he's already gone out on loan. Like he
yeah,
didn't want to go out on loan, but he had to, and
yeah, yeah,
he's saying that whole what a comeback, this, that, and the next. But he will be looking at it and seeing what Lamens has done this season,
yeah.
seeing the age is on his side, seeing that fucking my man's got fans on his side, everything's against him.
Yeah.
He's going like he might not admit it, but he's going to be fucking looking for a fucking another club because he's got no other
Yes. To.
choice. You know what I mean? But it's one of them. We're
Mm.
not gonna fucking break the bank and bring in a star player for that. It could be someone like fucking not Chesney, but of that kind of standing where it's just an old
Someone that's just happy to be part of it, innit?
yeah, man. And
Yeah,
that
I
because
agree.
we're gonna need those guys. You know what I mean?
Mm, I
But
agree.
obviously the places that we strengthen, like when we actually bring in Casemiro's replacement, you'll know. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Edison's not Casemiro's replacement, bro. He's Ugarte's replacement.
There you
You know
go.
what I mean?
And
So
and again, people that think that Baleba is Casemiro's replacement, he's not either.
because he was
Like
gonna come in with
Baleba has
Caster,
to be brought. Second,
because he was gonna come in with Casemiro there. He was meant to
that's
be part of the plan this year.
but that,
So
bro. That's my point. Like when people are saying that, yeah. What I don't like here is that if you don't rate Baleba or you don't want Baleba, just say that, yeah. But when people are saying he's coming in as Casemiro's replacement, no, he's not. That's just the way, yeah, of trying to downplay or trying to say that you don't want him. He's not going to come in as Casemiro's replacement because, as Fitz just said, he was identified as a player to come in at the start of the season. But it was obviously they couldn't agree a fee in it, yeah. He's coming in because of what he's going to provide to the team that the team haven't got, and he's left-footed as well. That's what people need to realize. You know what I mean? He's going to be part of a squad,
yeah,
and unfortunately, like we haven't got a player of his profile in the team. It's just that simple, isn't it? So people cannot rate Baleba, but when people are saying he's Casemiro's replacement and he can't be, he's not coming in as Casemiro's replacement. He's not. The
yeah.
only realistic players that are going to be Casemiro's replacement is going to be the likes of a Camavinga, Chouameni, or a Tonali. They're going to be the replacements, or an Elliot Anderson if you want to throw him in, but he's going to Man City. They're
But,
going to
but
be the replacements, not
yeah,
Baleba.
but you'll know by the standing of the player that that's Casemiro's replacement. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Mm.
as we said, Baleba was meant to be part of the plans for this season with Caster. So we
Yeah.
already knew we needed one centre mid when that didn't happen. We were going to need two when Casemiro's leaving, and realistically, we need three because we need Ugarte out. And now the club sees it that way as well. So we will be looking, and the club have even come out and said we've set aside a specific amount in a budget just for 3 centre midfielders. You get me? And then we've also got budget for other positions. So 100% Edison, just looking at it, he's Ugarte's replacement because he's not Baleba. He doesn't give what Baleba can give to a team. So he's not for that role. He can only be for one position out of those 3, innit? It's got to be Ugarte's. And to be fair, it makes sense bringing in Ugarte's replacement before the World Cup starts, because now Ugarte has to fucking find a move because he knows he's not getting game time.
Yep.
And I think
the good thing Carrick's done as well, Carrick has made it known to him that he doesn't rate him, which is good. Yeah. So
and that's the thing with that happening there. It's very, very much reminiscent of how Fergie would handle a situation. You know what I mean? He will bring in your replacement. If he thinks you're going to be difficult to move on, he will replace you and then make you move. You know what I mean? So I think with that happening with Ugarte, it's pretty much guaranteed we will end up buying a keeper. You know what I mean? Like, we'll end up doing the same to Onana. If he doesn't just leave, we'll force him out. Like, the proof's there. Like, we're doing it with Ugarte, so I can see us doing it with especially Onana's wage. It's fucking it's got to go. So
100. Let's go through these things quickly, man. Bruno deserved no cap. You're just bitter. I'm a Man United fan, so there's no bitterness towards me. You know what I mean? When people do these things, it's like, nah, I'm a United fan, man, but I just call that bullshit. And as I said, people love Bruno Fernandes. You're not going to find it on his channel. It's just that simple, innit? But it is what it is, innit? Let's see this. Bruno is still the hub of United. Well, that's the problem. That's the problem. But thanks for pointing that one out anyway. Look at this, yeah? Look at this. Big up, yeah? You know the Bruno assist? I think the Premier League said it was an own goal. So again, if it's an own goal, it's not an assist. Just letting you know that.
And that's the Premier League saying it. So chat to them about haters.
There you go. Gav, how do you rate Bruno? I'm not even going to answer that, man. I've answered it so many times, man. Just look at some of the other have a look at some of the other streams or the shorts I've put up, man, and you'll get your answer from that one. I'm not here to answer Bruno again, man. Like, let's just see what happens at the end of the season. If he does stay, then as I said, it's going to be more of the same shit. If he does go, then I'll rate the club for that, because I've kept the same energy, man, and I'll continue doing that. Yeah, guys, make sure. Yeah, from Wednesday, I'm going to be going through all the major nations in the World Cup. So from Wednesday, it's going to be France, and then we're going to go through all the top teams and just discuss the squads that have been chosen, and go through the potential lineups for the first game. Obviously, Spain's one's just been announced as well, so yeah, that one will be as well. So from Wednesday, tomorrow we're going to be doing Man United's end of season player ratings and just discussing that, and then from Wednesday it will be the World Cup major nations as well. So we'll go through some of these comments before we wrap it up. Tell me honestly, does Dembele deserve a shout for Ballon d'Or? How about Cavra, Vitinha? Yeah, listen, for me, I think those 3 right there, you know, should be the 3 favorites. Harry Kane would be in there for me as well, and Michael Olise. But again, they haven't won. They're not going to win they haven't won the Champions League, so it makes it difficult. But those 3 there, Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, and Vitinha, should be the front runners. But again, a lot of it's gonna be dependent on probably the World Cup, because if PSG do win the Champions League, then it's probably going to be a straight shootout between Dembele and Vitinha, because they both play for the same club, and Kvaratskhelia is playing for Georgia, and let's face it, Georgia are not winning the World Cup. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see, man. We'll have to wait and see. But those 3 for sure. What's this? No, I don't agree. VAR or PGMOL nonsense, Gav. What's that? What's that you're saying? Because I know you got Arsenal in your name, so I'm guessing you're not agreeing with the VAR for Arsenal, no?
Well, there's a video at the end of this stream that you should watch and leave a comment on the video.
Don't worry, bro. Don't worry, guys. Make sure you watch the outro video. Yeah, make sure you watch that, and it will answer all the questions. So the standout moment has to be Max Dowman. You guys can't take it because you're United clowns. Okay, so we're United clowns all of a sudden now, yeah? Okay. So 1 league title in 22 years, but we're the clowns. I hear it, man. Listen, enjoy it, man. That's what I'm gonna say. Because them things don't come around too often. Let's see this. Yeah, going through at the back against relegation side Wolves at home. Yep, I hear that. There you go. We beat all the big teams. So again, Carrick coming in, we beat all the big teams, but yet, you know, we had to suffer with Ruben Amorim and his nonsense. But you lot only play 1 game a week. I hear it, yeah? And this is why, yeah? You see this whole 1 game a week makes me laugh, yeah? Because why is the 1 game a week not being used for Bruno Fernandes' assist record? Why is that? Because if someone's saying we're playing 1 game a week, that means you're alluding to the fact that it's a lot easier because we're playing 1 game a week. But that same narrative is not being pushed out for Bruno Fernandes and his assists. Because if Bruno Fernandes wasn't playing 1 game a week, do you think he breaks the record for the assists? Just saying, you know. Nah, Edison won't be first choice. That's nonsense. He won't be first choice. Edison's being brought in now. Yeah. And again, you have to look at the time. I mean, I don't want Edison. Like, let's get that right, yeah. But as I said, if he's replacing Yagate, I'm fine with that. But the fact that he's being done now is because they're trying to get some early business done. But the major signings are going to happen, you know, probably as soon as the window opens, or maybe midway. You never know. But Edison won't be the main signing. No way. Baleba has had a crap season. He was a 1-season wonder. I disagree. And again, look at Baleba's. I'm more looking at what Baleba's going to offer. You know, again, people were not rating Baleba this season. Again, he hasn't been great, but as I said, look at the attributes that he's going to offer to this team. You know, and as I said, the Baleba deal's already been done. I've had it from good authority, guys, that the Baleba signing is definitely happening. I'm just saying. So it's going to happen. Vitek number 2. Fizz, what do you reckon? Vitek number 2?
To be fair, I know it is a shout, but I feel like they're gonna want to loan him out because he's had such a fucking good season out on loan. I think they're really.
Where's he been on loan? Where's he been?
Fucking 1 sec. One sec. Let me just fucking find it. Because bro, the amount of saves he's made this season is ridiculous. 1 sec.
I didn't even know that. And big up to Anik says Arsenal deserve it this season, but their fans are the reason many people hate them. One of them saying Arteta is better than Sir Alex Ferguson after winning the title. Like, what the fuck? Well, that's why they didn't deserve it, because of that nonsense. Yeah. So and again, do I think Arsenal deserved it this season? I would say in terms of the football, no. They're the most you'd probably say they've been the most consistent. But as I said, when you guys watch the outro, it might tell you guys why they've won it, or what was the helping hand, should I say? You know.
Yeah, Gav. So
Go on, bro.
Vitek,
Go on.
whilst he's been on loan at Bristol this season, yeah, 12
City,
clean
yeah?
sheets,
Okay.
12 clean sheets. Fucking, he's maintained a 71% save percentage and faced nearly 200 shots. Won the players player, and the fans player of the year, the players player of the year, and the young player of the year award at Bristol. He's absolutely killed it whilst he's been there.
Bro, bring him back then. Bring him
No,
back.
no. I don't think they want him to. I want when he comes back. I think they want him and Lemens head and head.
Oh,
You know what I
serious?
mean? Yeah. From the look at
Okay.
how good Vitex looked on loan, give him another season out. Maybe a season in the Prem, and like, because obviously he spent a season in the Championship now, done real well. Give him a season like fucking in the Prem with a relegation side or a newly promoted side. You know what I mean? And yeah, bro, I feel like give him another season on loan like this. When he comes back, him and Lemens are competing for number 100%. But
Bro, if that's the case, man,
off
that'll
the
be
back
good.
of a season that good, I wouldn't want him to just be a cup keeper. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
When you go on loan and you win Young Player of the Year, Players Player of the Year, and Fans Player of the Year, you have
Well, he
killed
won
it.
all three of them.
All three.
Okay, yeah. Bring him back, bro. Bring him back.
What,
I
to
know.
be a cup
See you later,
keeper?
man. Bring
To
him
be a
back.
cup keeper?
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
No, but
I'd say give him
if he's
another
coming there
season out on loan
to
and bring
push
him
the
back to
men's,
compete.
if he's coming to push the men's, that's what you want, isn't it?
I hear it, but I feel like if we brought Vitek back for next season, I feel like he will be limited to just cup games. He's not going to get no, you know what I mean? He won't get a Champions League or a Premier League start. He'll get
So you
FA
think?
Cup.
So what you think? Premier League loan or something?
Yeah, I personally, because he's done so well in the Championship, I'd go one more season out on loan, but Premiership side.
Yeah.
And maybe even fucking loan him to a Coventry or what, you know what I mean? Someone that's just been promoted and they're going to clearly need to upgrade on certain positions, you know what I mean? Or they're at least going to need a deeper squad. Yo, there you go. You get me? Have him for a season, see how he does in the Prem. Because if he has a season like he's had at Bristol in the Prem, bro, my man's coming back to compete. You know what I mean? He's not coming back to be a
Bro,
cup
that's what
keeper.
you want, though. That's exactly what you want.
Exactly. So for me, I'd personally, I wouldn't be surprised if we do bring in someone of like an old keeper that's willing to just sit on the bench for a year, fucking on like a Chesney deal. You get me? Like, because when Chesney got signed up, I swear he only signed for like 8 months or some shit that he signed the contract for.
For Barca, yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, we only need a short span of time just to see how shit pans out with Vitek in the Prem. Because if he can make a decent impression on the Prem, bear in mind a lot of United fans don't know that Vitek's had a good season out on loan. They just know that he's there. You know what I mean? But bro, give him a season in the Prem. If he does half as well as he's done in the Championship, every one of us will hear about it and see it on Match of the Day and that. And straight away, fans will clamour for him to come back and compete. And that's what we want, instead of him coming back and being a cup keeper. Potentially like limiting his ceiling that way. You know what I mean? You can ruin a player by just giving him only cup games. He needs to fucking really be out there and be a number one. Same with Lemens. So you loan out Vitek, see how he does. Bring him back, then man can compete. In the meantime, you bring in someone on a year contract. Maybe De Gea wants to come back for one season before he retires.
Yeah, you know imagine that. Imagine that.
You know what I mean? Like,
that'd be crazy.
So something along those kind of lines I'd like to see, because for me, Vitek needs another year to really prove that he can compete. Otherwise, you limit into a cup, you fucked. You're not going to get the player that he could be.
Be fair, that's surprising, man. I didn't even know he was doing that well. And if he is, man, then he's definitely one to keep an eye on, man. Because
bro, when you face 200 shots and your save percentage is
71%, that's ridiculous.
Bro.
Yeah.
He's not been protected by his defense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's just been that good.
Yeah, man. 12 clean sheets. Like, obviously, it's out of 41 games, isn't it? But 12 clean sheets isn't a shit number for a young keeper. You know what I mean?
No, you're right, man. You're right. That's good. Let's see what happens, innit? Guys, last one before we wrap it up. Big up to Exedra as well. Big up my guy for coming through. So you know what is hilarious? The fact we won by 7 points, making that West Ham decision irrelevant in the end. And you know how dumb this comment is, yeah? And I'll tell you why it's dumb, yeah? Because momentum is a thing in football, yeah? So when West Ham got disallowed that goal and Arsenal won, remember what me and Fitz said? That is Arsenal winning the title there. The Premier League have decided that Arsenal are winning the league title. And again, you have to look at City's momentum as well would have shifted, because City, their game after that West Ham goal was disallowed, I believe was what game was it next? Was it the Everton game or was it the Bournemouth game they played after that? I can't remember.
No, I think they played Everton, innit? They played Everton next.
Was it the Everton game, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, yeah, momentum is a thing in football, you know, and in hindsight now, people are going to be thinking, that's not true or whatever. But the fact that that goal was disallowed by West Ham, you know, Man City could have switched off by then. You never know, you know, because momentum. But I guarantee you now, if Arsenal, if that game would have ended a draw, you know, you could have got a different Man City. Even the game at the end of the season, yeah, Man City were not interested in that game because the season's done now. So he would have made changes. Obviously, John Stones and Bernardo Silva, their last game. So again, you know, Man City were not going full throttle against Aston Villa because the season's done now. There's nothing they could do.
Pep put out a sentimental team. He even said it in a like pre-match interview because he got asked about like some of the faces. He's like, it's not the usual team that I go for. It would be nice. He even said it would be nice if we were still rivaling Arsenal or whatever the term was, in it. Like basically, it'd still been nice to be in the race today, in it. But it's not. It's my last game, kind of thing. So fucking, I've gone with players that have kind of been there for a long time, in it, and been with him for the ride. So fucking obviously, a lot of shit could have panned out different. Like I said, West Ham went into their last 2 games deflated. We could have seen Spurs fucking relegated. I had money on Spurs getting relegated. Fucking.
Bro, I remember telling you, bro. I told you Spurs are stout, didn't I?
Bro, you know what? Yeah, the one thing I fucking didn't account for, I totally forgot that Moyes fucking got sacks from fucking West Ham, innit? He had no reason to fight against fucking Tottenham. He's like, fuck it. It is what it is. Yeah, bro. I
swear he was smiling.
Bro, I don't think they had a shot on target for 80-something minutes. Boy. I swear to God, it was fucking outrageous to see. And fucking, I'm sat there. I've got fucking United on the TV. I've got 2 phones with the relegation battle on each phone, and I've got a fucking laptop on playing the fucking City. I was trying to divert my attention to everything yesterday. It was fucking driving me insane. But fucking, yes. One thing I do want to say, Pep, get the fuck out of Manchester. Your job is done. Leave now. You're no longer welcome. We're revoking the pass. Get the fuck out immediately. Fucking ball.
Catching strays yet again for no reason. Come on.
What do you need for no reason? Fuck that prick. Yo, everyone in the chat that hates Pep, just give me a thumbs up. Cause fuck that guy, man. All I'm saying is fucking now we get to see fucking City crumble. Absolutely fucking crumble.
And on that note, this is when we have to just wrap it up because I can't be having any slander for Pep, man, for what he's done, you know. What's this?
Fucking hell.
Ricardo Quaresma going to play in the Baller League. Really? Quaresma in the Baller League? Hey, he's due to rip it up, man, if he is. You know, that was the original before Cristiano. I'll tell you that for free because he was a bad boy, Quaresma. Trivella galore, man, that guy was doing. But guys, listen, we are going to wrap it up anyway. Big up to everyone coming through. Make sure, guys, that you guys smash the like button on your way out. Make sure you sub to the channel if you're new in here as well. And guys, make sure you watch the outro before you leave. Because I tell you now, Arsenal fans, you are going to definitely want to see this one. Yeah. And just general fans, you'll definitely be interested if you haven't seen it already. So yeah, make sure you watch the outro video. And guys, make sure you go and follow Fitz as well on his socials, which is in the description on Instagram. So it's in the descriptions, yeah. So make sure you check out his Instagram, guys, and make sure you go and follow him. And I'm going to be back tomorrow. Can't remember what time I'm back. So just have a look at this at the notification to see when I go live. But I'm going to be doing the end of season Man United player ratings, and then obviously back Wednesday for the World Cup stuff as well. So yeah, some good content coming out, and there will be some live streams coming up in regards to the World Cup, which kicks off next week, I believe. And again, me and Fizz will be back on Thursday for our usual stream. Just got to try and sort out our time, because obviously I'm doing the World Cup thing, so we'll try and sort out our time. So yeah, just keep an eye on that. We're going to be doing Borussia Dortmund. So we're in the German league now, so we're doing Borussia Dortmund. So yeah, keep an eye on that. And as I said, man, yeah, Fitz, bro, big up for coming on each and every time, man. Anything you want to plug?
No, just big up Sunderland jumping from 10th to 7th to get fucking a Europa.
Oh yeah, crazy
spot.
man. Brian Robbie and that.
Crazy work. But yeah, man. Fucking hell. I can't, all I'm saying is Newcastle fans will be fucking screwing right now. Life cannot get much worse for them. Newly promoted Sunderland, Europa League spot. They didn't get a Europa League spot, so now they're going to have to sacrifice one of the best players, if not the best player. Sad time for Newcastle fans, innit? But fuck Alan Shearer.
Let's wait and see, man. But guys, listen, Arsenal win the Premier League. Dubious, we know. United getting in Champions League. Bruno breaking the assist record. Or did he really? We're not too sure yet. But as a whole, man, West Ham getting relegated, Tottenham surviving. And to be honest with you, man, Pep leaving, one of the greatest managers of all time, questionable if he's the greatest in the Premier League. I know there might be a bit of pushback there, but 20 titles, man, you can't really complain. And obviously Bernardo Silva and John Stones moving on as well. But guys, as a whole, a very weird season, I would say. Yeah, and again, Arsenal fans are not going to care because they're shameless, as we know. But as I said, man, next season's a different story. And if we do our business in this summer properly, as I keep saying, man, we're going to be in this title race. I'm pretty sure of it, But guys, other than that, big up to yourselves for coming on each and every time. Smash the like button, sub to the channel, share the channel. Make sure you go and follow Fitz on his socials as well. And guys, you ain't going to want to miss this outro. I'm telling you that right now. Fitz, big up, bro.
Yeah, man. Bless, brother.
Yeah. Big up. Bro, guys, make sure as well, you guys have a good rest of the end of this weekend, innit? And enjoy the sun, man, because it's not every time the weather's like this, But anyway, make sure you enjoy. Big up.
Let's look at every single red card and penalty decision against Arsenal this season and decide if they should be the first team in Premier League history to not get a red card or not concede a penalty throughout an entire Premier League season, which they're one game away from completing. The first potential penalty against them that wasn't given goes back to the first game of the season. We're doing this in chronological order. Saliba seems to swipe Cunha's legs, bringing him to the ground. And I think everyone unanimously agreed it was a penalty at the time, but it wasn't given. Arsenal go on to win the game 1-0. The next incident is a potential red card incident, and it's against Gabriel, which you'll see is a common theme in this video. It happened against Newcastle at St James's Park earlier in the season. As you can see, Voltemade arguing with Gabriel about something. What happened was Voltemade was going to press the ball, Gabriel was there not looking at the ball, and while not looking at the ball, puts an elbow into the face of Voltemade. Checked, cleared, no red card. Later in that same game, a penalty incident, Gabriel again. This time it looked like he handballed it in the box. VAR checked it and it wasn't given. The PGMOL after the game admitted, yes, it was a handball, we got that one wrong. I mean, obviously. A red card and a penalty incident against Gabriel in the same game. Well, he's the one who went on to score the last-minute winner for Arsenal that day. Arsenal won 2-1. The next one's a penalty incident, this time in the Everton-Arsenal game. Barry gets his foot to the ball before Saliba. Saliba, thinking he's kicking the ball, kicks through Barry's foot, quite clearly takes him out, and it's quite clearly a stonewall penalty. It was checked and cleared, no penalty, and the Premier League came out and said they got it wrong after the game. Another game that Arsenal won by 1 goal. The next one's a red card decision. Marino, who was already on a yellow card, seemed to have forgotten it and tactical fouled Morgan Rogers, dragging him to the ground. Somehow didn't get a second yellow for it. Even Dermot Gallagher agreed that this was a sending off for Marino. And Dermot Gallagher never goes against what the referee does in the match. Arsenal go on to win the game. The next one's a potential penalty incident, this time in the Arsenal-Liverpool game. Wirtz gets into the box, manages to get round Trossard. Trossard steps in, takes him out, and appears to trip him up, and it looks like a penalty. Checked, cleared, not given again. Game finishes 0-0. The next instance is a potential red card incident. Yes, this is all still this season. Timber on Anderson in the Arsenal Forest game earlier in the season. Timber was already on a yellow card. Appeared to blatantly pull Anderson's shirt, bringing him down, stopping an attack. By definition, a yellow card. Should have been a second yellow. Should have been sent off. Game ends 0-0. The next one's another potential red card, this time in the Arsenal-Brentford game, and it's Gabriel again. Already on a yellow card, Brentford are on the attack with Utara. Utara gets to the ball before Gabriel. Gabriel takes him out. Looks like a stonewall yellow card challenge. Even Caliafori looked like he knew Gabriel was about to get sent off. Much to the disbelief of the Brentford players, no second yellow, no red card for Gabriel. Game ends 1-1. The next one's another potential red card incident, and it's Gabriel again. 1-1 just before half-time. Ball over the top, Kolo Muani running onto it to try and get through on goal. It's just him and Gabriel left. Gabriel not looking at the ball. Kolo Muani is looking at the ball, so Kolo Muani gets onto the ball. Gabriel not looking at the ball, misjudges the flight of the ball, realises he's in the wrong position and pulls Muani to the ground despite the ball being there to be won for him, and just jumps on the ground himself. Quite a clear pull. He was the last man. Potentially should have been sent off. He wasn't. Ended up having a huge hand in Arsenal's win. The next was a penalty incident from the Arsenal-Brighton game. Martinelli on Matt Weaver. It seemed as stonewall as it got. He wasn't looking at the ball at any point before dragging him to the ground. Somehow VAR checked and decided it wasn't a penalty. The PGMOL came out after the game and said, yep, that was a clear penalty for Brighton. We got that one wrong. Arsenal won the game by 1 again. The next one's a potential penalty in Arsenal's game against Chelsea. Declan Rice seems to be fouling his man anyway, and in fouling him, he handballs the ball. No penalty given. The next one's a potential penalty later in that same game. João Pedro seems to be being bear-hugged, stopping him from getting to the ball. No penalty. From that same incident, Pedro manages to break free just to get clattered by David Raya. No penalty. Arsenal win 2-1. The next one's a potential red card against Gabriel again. This time in the Arsenal-Man City game, where he appeared to lean his head into Erling Haaland. A red card by the letter of the law. Checked, cleared, no penalty given. PGMOL apology after the game. The next one's a potential penalty in the Arsenal-West Ham game. Trossard appeared to be fouling Pablo. Checked, cleared, no penalty. Rice appeared to be fouling Mavropanos. Checked, cleared, no penalty. Pablo, who is being fouled himself, seems to foul Raya. Checked, given, goal disallowed. Arsenal win 1-0. And the last one is last night, another red card incident. Havertz against Ugachukwu in the Arsenal-Burnley game. Checked, cleared, no red card. Arsenal win by 1. And yet, despite all that happening this season, Arsenal are going to become the first team in Premier League history to not get a red card and not have a single penalty against them all season long.